weekends, like, you know, a standard weekend that every normal person has, I feel like their time is so constrained. Like Sunday is just a prep day for Monday. Sunday is just getting everything ready for the week. So Saturday's like your only day to do anything.
Yeah.
And like if you've been like
considering if you want to do just like a planned 2-hour session, that way you have other things you could do on Saturday. I'm not saying we have to, I'm just saying think about it. Right.
And like that's the thing too, is like I feel like when I think about like us playing ESO, of course there's enough to be. I should have checked this first. When I think about us playing ESO in my mind, it's always like, well, like that's like 6 months, or that's like 6 hours, or like the whole day.
No,
yo, what's
totally,
up, Mochi?
I don't.
And we never play that long.
Handle the 6 hours. Yeah.
Right. It's like 2 hours. 2 hours is like the standard for us now. But,
Alright. Do you want me to head to the main city, or just continue to hang out by Briar Rook Ruins, is where we left it?
oh, that's right. I will warp to you as soon as I've put the link everywhere. What's up, Citrus? What's up, Mochi? My Twitch app decided that it needs updates every time I open it for like the last few weeks. So I have to update it before I can get to the stream manager.
Yeah. It handles a lot of programs. It makes sense that it would need a lot of updates.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think my neighbors are planning some kind of fun weekend with the kids. They're doing that old style where the kids are already safely in the car and they're still riding back and forth getting stuff out of the house.
The kids are strapped down.
It's like containing chaos. I remember making a joke about that as a teenager, and Dad was like, well, yeah, if I left you loose, I would continue to see you dragging more and more stuff into the car. He's like, you would keep sneaking it.
Yo, what up, Prickly, Mochi, and Citrus? Oh my goodness. Like the whole
people.
gang. It's because it's Friday night.
That makes sense. Somebody in your usual follower group likes to crochet or knit.
That's Prickly and Citrus. They're both in chat right now. They just started crocheting maybe a month ago. And that's like that's like their new big hobby that they're like super into.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I've never been good at that.
Actually,
to
Prickly is just starting knitting as well, I think.
Yep, tried that one too. I'm mildly okay at that, but cross-stitching and quilting, making clothes, that's a little bit more my shtick.
Yeah.
Something about weaving thread back and forth, I inevitably end up with knots and utter confusion and terror.
I've seen your cross-stitching, like some of the actual art. It's really good.
Yep, I should probably post some things again. I'm nearly done with the Paper Mario map.
Nice. I've seen that. I've seen it while it was in work in progress. At some stage in the process, I saw it. You sent me a picture, and
yep.
It's the for the Super Nintendo, right?
I think it was Nintendo 64 actually.
Was it?
But they
okay.
did a bunch of different ports over time.
Yeah, that's the one with the Dino Island.
Yeah, Yoshi Island.
That's my favorite Mario game of all time.
I mean, there is the Yoshi Story game too, but it's shockingly really, really hard.
Yoshi's Island?
I keep meaning to invite you and Elliot and whoever else wants to come over and let's try to go through Yoshi's Island, because it's kind of like suffering you need to go through together to really appreciate it.
The original Yoshi's Island, I didn't have a Nintendo 64, and I think that was a 64 game. I had it on the Game Boy Advance. It was one of the first games I ever had on the Game Boy Advance, and I played it to death. And I think it was kind of formative to me as far as my personality, because like the music and like the really ethereal graphics of that game have, like, to this day is like one of my like comfort games.
Ah.
Until
Yeah,
Baby Mario flies off your back and he starts having a meltdown, and then your blood pressure skyrockets.
yeah, I remember those days too. Yeah, that's always how I kind of felt about Flicky, which was an old Sega game I found on one of the Sonic Mega Collection things.
Mhm.
And my dad would find it hilarious. He's like, I remember that at like bars and clubs around the base. And he's
Oh,
like,
jeez.
I never knew anyone who was actually good at this, but you just sit there and you start jumping over tigers and things. Because it's literally a bird going through mazes, dodging tigers.
Okay. You'd be like, it's because I'm
It
a
was-
digital native, Dad.
It made sense to me, somehow. Oh my.
I am almost done with self-promo.
Take your time.
So we need to restart that big Reachfolk fortress that was taken over by Hag Ravens, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
Yep, last time the game literally crashed, the server crashed, and we didn't
What
get
day?
much
What
past
day
entrance.
was that? Was that like Wednesday?
It was a Wednesday. I've never had a game crash that much. I have no idea what's going on or why that happened.
that was rough. And I don't like. I follow them on Twitter. I don't think they ever like addressed it that I saw.
Yeah, it's kind of like that one daily that never went through correctly. You
Yeah.
just sort of ignore it and try to pretend nothing went wrong, even though we know something went wrong.
Right. Mochi said he's got his drum set. He got a brand new drum set that he's been slapping on for the last couple days. I saw him playing on it
my.
last night. He was in marching band in high school, so he's a big drummer.
Yeah,
I'm not.
drums.
I don't have the rhythm for
Trauma.
drums. I was always a wind
Yeah.
instrument kind of kid.
Brass or woodwind?
Bagpipes. I guess that would be woodwind.
Yeah,
It's-
I
it's
think that
a-
would technically
it's a
count as
wooden reed.
woodwind.
It's a wooden reed. I know that.
Yeah, it's a woodwind then. They take slightly different skills, but it is somewhat more transferable than some of the other stuff.
Well,
I like the idea of drums. I can't imagine. One, they're large, so keeping a set around sounds stressful in of itself.
yeah, that's
And
the main
two,
thing.
it makes so much noise. It's like, how do you practice? Do you just put in earplugs every time you practice?
Right. And like you just can't have anyone living with you, apparently, like at that point. Like your
Yeah, I
roommates
do
would go
appreciate it.
crazy. Yeah, unless they really like drums.
I tell you, they already feel that way when I break out my violin. It has irritated people now and then, especially if I go to play something fiddle. They're
But
like,
the
"Oh my
violin is
God,
like,
no."
see, I don't like the bagpipes. That's why I stopped playing them, because
Oh,
I think they sound ugly. Also, they're just incredibly difficult to play. There's like, it's a similar issue to like the Skull Merchant and Dead by Daylight. The Skull Merchant is incredibly easy to play for the killer and incredibly hard to play against as the survivors. So the skill balance is all messed up. And bagpipes are kind of like that, but opposite, where they're incredibly difficult to play, and playing them at peak skill, they still sound kind of crappy, in my opinion. Unless you're doing like Amazing Grace, or I heard someone do like the Lord of the Rings theme. That was really good. Like if you're doing like classic fantasy, Nordic, Celtic kind of music, excellent. Very eerie. But you think drums are loud, try practicing bagpipes in your house. My neighbors, when I first started learning bagpipes as a kid, where you get the drones going a little bit, but you don't know what you're doing yet, it literally sounds like you're sacrificing cows.
that sounds like fun.
I was like, my neighbors are gonna arrest me. You'd be surprised what people will let you get away with, though, before they really put in the effort to stop you.
that if it's that traumatizing for them, that it must be traumatizing for you. There was a young man that used to practice guitar on his front porch, and I think his parents did that on purpose so that they didn't have to hear it.
Aww.
Because I think it was mainly over his vocals, and it would waft into my room, and I finally got to the point where it's like, okay, the heavy metal goes on now!
Elliot just joined chat. He said, "Welcome to heaven, here's your harp. Welcome to hell, here's your accordion."
Oh my.
I think it would be harpsichords in hell, personally. Or saxophone, maybe. Ugh, the Tai Chi emote is still very broken.
Tai Chi. Oh, Waknar crowning motif is on sale for crowns, gems, the regular ones. No, crowns, not gems, crowns.
The paid currency.
Yeah.
I still have enough for something if it's on sale, but I'm kind of keeping an eye and seeing if Nancy pops up.
Yeah, they have lots of different motifs right now.
Ooh, Elliot said he's playing Skyward Sword right now. That is my favorite Zelda game.
Yeah,
That's the one on the
I don't
Wii.
think I've hardly even seen that one. Ooh, this looks
So
good.
what's cool about it is, I mean, the thing that everyone remembers about it is that you use the Wiimote for the sword attacks. And it's actually implemented fairly well, but even at its peak, it still feels clunky. And it's frustrating when it doesn't work and you die. But what was cool about it is Zelda games are AAA games, but the Wii was not really capable of that unless you were really creative. So one of the ways they got around the graphical issues of the Wii was that in Skyward Sword, when the game would hit the render distance, and it had a concept similar to its overworld was a concept similar to Wind Waker, but instead of a giant ocean, it was a sky world. You flew around on a giant bird. So that's a pretty big zone for a Wii. And the way they would get around the render distance is when things would get outside the render distance of the Wii, it would fade out into what looked like a Monet painting. And it was really beautiful.
Yeah, that sounds kind of cool.
I also just like the story of that game because it's chronologically it's the first Zelda game, like in the timeline. It's really cool. So like Hyrule doesn't exist yet. It was also the last traditional game they made before they made Breath of the Wild, and you can, if you play it in retrospect, you can see some of the bones of Breath of the Wild in Skyward Sword, like the stamina system and climbing and stuff like that.
Yeah, that seems very likely because they usually try to test stuff out first.
Mm-hmm.
You don't usually just jump into new craziness. Yeah, I'm just checking out the armors. I actually was coming in here to look for extra mounts that you could have more than one person on.
Oh,
So I
the
was thinking,
multi-mounts. Yeah.
that
They're
might
expensive.
make your life easier. But
It would certainly help me reading chat. Citrus Skyward Sword. That was the Legend of Zelda game on the Wii. You know what really bums me out? I went through a phase, this was last summer when I was on unemployment, and I went through this bitter phase where I sold off a fairly large chunk, like probably like $400 or $500 worth of my first party GameCube games, including like the majority of I had a complete Zelda collection on the GameCube and the Wii, like, and on the Wii U, as far as like I had the HD remake of Twilight Princess, the HD remake of Wind Waker, stuff like that, and I sold a lot of it. And like I could buy it back, but it would be like a significant investment of money to get it all back. And like realistically, I like never played them, but it was just like the fact that I had them was nice, and now I don't. Especially like the HD remake of Wind Waker, because that was already kind of a, you know, the graphical style lends itself to being like timeless. But when they remastered it on the Wii U in HD, that was a gorgeous game. But yeah, those multi-riders are expensive. I think they're 5,000 each, which is like, is that $50?
Not sure.
I've never seen them go on sale either. The currency goes on sale, but I've never seen those multi-mounts go on sale. There's only 3.
Do you know how to jump on as a passenger? Because I have no idea.
I've never had to. I know that you've ridden on mine because I have the Skyrim horse multi-mount, but I've never played with anyone that had one, so I'm not sure how it works.
Alright, I'm gonna do the spider, and we'll see how this goes.
Cool, yeah. That's obviously the flashiest one, but it didn't exist when I bought mine.
Same. I'm just saying, they cost the same, so...
Right. Like, if you're gonna buy one, do you want a horse or do you want a Glimmer relic?
Yeah, exactly.
Elliot says he's doing self-care routines, so he's kind of like... We're his background noise for now.
Hey.
Good luck with your self-care. This will be our first Delve rotation featuring Ember. I've played a few smaller things with her over the week now that she's set up, and she's so much better. Like, having a dedicated healer in our party is going to make a big difference, I think.
I think so too. Because then I can actually spend my points on doing my job and tanking instead of trying to keep myself alive. Yeah,
you just have to watch though, because she's in light armor, obviously, and if she does, like, if a boss, like a world boss or a zone boss or something, catches attention of her, she fades pretty quick, and then like once your healer's dead, like you're kind of out of luck.
Oh, you're already here.
I am. Cool. I'm sipping this golden goblet. Just presumably Somerset wine. Very expensive. Oh, we're not in a group? I didn't even notice. It must have removed us because of all the server issues. Because we just played this week. It shouldn't remove it that quickly.
There's a reset day.
Is there? I just thought it was like, how long?
Nah, there's a reset day. I just can't remember what day it is. Alright.
Wait. We're gonna try out your mount.
Oh, alright. I'll be right back out as soon as it loads. I know I murdered something. Alright, back to the reach. But that should free you up to actually, you know, read stuff, and maybe you'll bitch about my trailblazing less.
Maybe.
Potentially. I highly doubt it.
Oof. Alright, let's
Why
see.
did it stick a Xander on the back?
So what you've got to do is, I don't know where it is. Somewhere in settings, there's a toggle for companion preferences, and you might have it set to where if you're using a multi-mount, he always jumps on the mount. And I think in this case, we're going to want to set it in never. That way the mount stays open all the time.
Yeah, alright, it's not in there.
Ember rides a Centrot.
Yeah, it makes sense. Alright, it's not in that menu.
I'll look too. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. Never put the live scene up. It's okay, we haven't actually done anything yet. I think it's... I actually don't know what it's under. Maybe you have to talk to your companion?
You want to talk
companion
about
menu.
Passenger controls when you're... Okay, I already found it.
Cool.
Alright, let's try this again. Should be good.
Oh gosh, hang on. It's the same as like the group menu, so I have to like hold it down and then it's a radial menu. This is slightly
Sweet.
disconcerting. Ugh, it's so crawly. And I do not look particularly comfortable. I'm like hanging on for dear life.
I think we'll survive this. Excellent.
Cool. I can dig it.
Alright.
That should help a lot though because like it'll allow you to like do whatever kind of pathfinder you want, and I can glance at chat when the need arises.
Yeah, that was kind of my point. Okay. But yeah, I that was way too satisfying.
Well, here we are in this awful ruined castle. We always come to the nicest places.
I know, I take you to the nicest places, don't I?
The stream title.
I know how to woo a girl.
The stream title today was the theme song from, I believe, Borderlands 2. This ain't no place for no hero.
Yeah. Good song. Good game.
It's funny, I think we were discussing Borderlands 2, or at least Claptrap, last time we were here.
Yes, indeed.
This is the theoretical physics and like fate and time. That time is a river, there's a current, and there are things that want to happen. Like talking about Claptrap while you're in this delve.
Apparently.
Right.
I think it's more of you want to talk about Claptrap.
It's always a good time to talk about Claptrap.
There's never a bad time to talk about Claptrap.
Right. You can't stop us. Just bring us your hag ravens. Ooh, that one got incinerated.
I think he did that to himself.
It's possible, because he was using fire magic. Kill 10 humanoid foes. My daily endeavor.
Yep.
Now these lurchers are actually a mutation of Briarhearts. I believe, if I remember the lore around hag ravens, it has something. It's a perversion of the Briarheart technique, because all Reachmen use Briarhearts, but sometimes the hag ravens do the same thing on a dead body, and that's considered like a desecration because it's non-consensual, and they end up becoming lurchers. Ooh, a drought.
It's kind of a creepy thought that it's actually consensual. We're gonna rip your heart out.
Well, I think, didn't we did like a quest once. I think maybe we didn't, because it might have been a side quest. There's actually a Briarheart that you do a whole quest line with in Hrothgar. And because I remember, like, you talked to him at one point, and you're like, your heart is exposed. Does that hurt? And he's like, yes, it always hurts. And sometimes there's bugs in it.
That's, creepy.
Yeah. I just killed our first hag raven. Oh, I was like, where's Ember? She's still catching up.
She's somewhere.
Slow kitty. She's the same type of tuxedo cat as Wabi, but slightly more svelte than Wabi. I took a picture of him in his little cat bed, which is in my bed, and I showed it to my mom, and she was like, what's wrong with him? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, he looks pregnant. And I was like, no, he's just a chungus.
Brian, you still there?
I am. Yeah, I'm here.
It got definitely quiet.
Yeah,
Usually
I was checking to see if my mic was muted actually, which would make sense because we've been conversing this whole time.
Alright, this is weird because it's pointing me in a bunch of different directions.
There's multiple things to do in here.
Yeah, it acts like that's actually closer.
It just depends what order you want to do things.
It involves killing hag ravens. Good.
You only need to kill hag ravens, but hag ravens you need to kill.
Oh, here we go. I think these are the captives we're supposed to be freeing.
I see the cages. To anyone that's in chat actively right now, does everything sound good audio-wise? You guys can hear everything? It sounds pretty okay? As far as the game audio versus our voices, all that jazz. Hopefully, someone will let me know if it's
what about my smell?
unwatchable.
Feel like I smell stronger.
I would hope.
There's literally a heart sitting on that table. In
Yeah.
case you're curious.
Some alchemical tools.
I don't think it's a Daedra heart. I think it is a human heart.
Probably one of the Reach folk that's being turned into a Briar heart.
Probably just as easy to go in here. But I think it's just gonna have us go
There's
in the same area again.
There's a Minotaur at the very top of this. There's a Minotaur at the very top of this castle, I believe, if my memory's correct.
Yeah. We need to go this way. It's the pointer keeps
Kinda
going
like a sound
outside.
boss. Ooh, let's see. Citrus says, I can hear you guys well. I can't say about game audio because we're in a trial in Final Fantasy, but I'll check here in a minute. And then he sent a smiley face with lots of little hearts on it.
Ah. A trial. That sounds concerning. It's like we're all gaming together in the same room.
Yeah. Ouch.
It's a weird virtual room.
Have you seen the walking pads for VR that Disney has come up with?
Anytime soon.
Walking. Oh yeah, like the little treadmill thingies.
Yeah, but it's like omnidirectional and it's not that big and it's flat. Like it looks like it wouldn't be insanely expensive. More prisoners here. I'm telling you, we're like maybe a generation from fully functioning holodecks.
It could happen.
Or like something that's
Oh yeah.
virtually the same thing.
Soul gem and coins.
More gross thorn root ritualists. Don't touch me with your barbaric hands. That's right, vaporize. I just went to pet Wabi's head because he walked up next to me, and he jammed his face into my hand, and my finger went into his eyeball, and it was like slimy.
Oh, that sounds painful and gross. Mainly, I'm worried about the cat. No
You know what he is? He is exactly like those two little demons that worked for Hades in the Hercules Disney movie.
Pain and panic?
Yes, that's exactly. That is 100% his personality. Just a neurotic little goblin. Citrus said, game audio is good too. Perfect. It took long enough to get everything set up. And he said, same. I am also pain and panic. Well, that's more because you wear sandals and socks.
I have heard many jokes made about that. My mom had an instructor that used to wear rainbowed toe socks with sandals. All the
Okay,
time.
see. At a certain level, you're like, you know what you're doing.
I think they actually found out that there was something seriously wrong with her, that she had a brain tumor or something.
Oh no, that's like actually very bad.
But I could be mistaken.
He's just like living every day to the
Not that
fullest.
you can't totally do that and be an individual, and there's nothing wrong with you. But you know.
It's like RF. Did you hear about RFK having brainworms?
RFK? Who?
He's running for independent. He's like the only other name in the election, the presidential election right now. Robert
Oh, yeah,
F.
the
Kennedy.
Yeah,
He's
the guy who's running off with his family.
yeah. He somehow he thinks that Americans are like, oh yeah, the Kennedys. We want another royal dynasty. Like that's. I don't know why he thinks he's electable, but he's running as a Democrat, but all his policies are like very hard right. Like he's an anti-vaxxer and all this crazy stuff. But he like in some like divorce papers, it's now coming out that like he had part of his brain removed because he had worms in his brain. And it's just like this is someone that we want to like put in charge of the entire country. Like these are the best options for us. I heard a crazy thing today, Sheila, as far as our presidential prospects. If Bill Clinton ran for office, if he could, and he ran for office in the 2024 election, he would be the youngest candidate. Bill Clinton, who had gray-white hair in 1992, would be the youngest candidate. He'd be the fresh blood.
Yeah, these guys are all quite old.
I'd like someone who's like, you know, somewhat new to Medicare. How about like a fresh 67-year-old?
Kind of ironic thing about, because Trump is the one who keeps complaining about the age issues and whatnot. It's like,
Right.
Well, you're like an entire year younger than the other guy.
They're
so...
both like basically the same age.
Oh, there is an upstairs.
There is indeed. Every time I stream, at least lately, since we've been streaming, Wabi like immediately wants my attention the second I start streaming. And he makes a problem of himself. He probably does, because he doesn't understand that I'm talking to someone else.
He probably thinks you're trying to talk to him.
Little gremlin. Another Hagrid.
Phoebe's gone from being like afraid of everyone to now overtly solicitous of anybody she sees.
Nice.
To, you know, show up and pet her and whatnot. I mean, even like people that are working outside on the complex. She's like constantly trying to get their attention and mewing at them.
This is Dead Crone Overlook. Oh, that's a boss if I ever saw one.
Have you come to join my army then?
My boss sense is tingling.
Rise from your grave.
Oh, she staggered me.
I command you.
Oh boy.
Try not to die.
Oh, these are briar hearts all around us.
Rise from your grave. Defend.
Yep.
She's already dead. She just got killed mid-sentence, which presumably stopped everyone from getting summoned. Ew, look at this tree. It's got people in it.
Yeah.
That's
We're
very
supposed
Dark
to kill that
Souls.
tree. That's where they actually grow the hearts that they replace people's hearts with.
Yeah, it's definitely not like dark magic or anything.
Yeah, a little bit.
I guess we just have to
now we
hook it
just
back
need-
down.
We just need to walk out of here.
I don't think we can jump. I think this is an
I'm-
invisible wall. Wait, there's a path here. You're already on
Only
the
a
way.
bat.
Yeah. What's down here?
Rabbit. Hello.
How far can I fall? That's the question. Definitely that far.
Ooh, chest.
Ooh, good find, good find. What's hitting me? Is that a ghost? Oh, it was... Did you summon a ghost?
Yeah, he heals.
Okay, I was gonna say he did something to me. The maxed out
Yes,
fall
they-
reduction is quite nice.
Here's the Yes.
Even in death, I still serve.
Oh, I'm a willing servant?
I think I've told you about that
I hope I help.
podcast group I listen to on YouTube called Fudge Muppet. All they do is Elder Scrolls lore. Sometimes I listen to them while I'm at work.
Oops.
They've done several videos on necromancy and Elder Scrolls, and Citra said King Lobster is a rock lobster.
Yes.
They've done several videos on necromancy and like whether or not necromancy is inherently morally wrong, because there's an argument that you're not consensually resurrecting anyone. But then like the other argument is like, are these still people? You know, like is the skeleton you resurrected really still a person? Or is it more of a construct? Besides, you're playing a villain, so... Like, nobody ever played an altruistic necromancer. You know something I didn't realize about Mana Marco? He ends up achieving godhood in the timeline. Like, by the events of Skyrim. He becomes the god of necromancy.
Interesting.
He actually, because all of the divines are manifested in the planetary bodies, as far as like planets and moons, there's a moon that orbits one of the planets that's called the Necromancer's Moon, that supposedly is Mana Marco.
You literally kill him in Oblivion.
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand. I don't... There's something that happens in Elder Scrolls called the Dragon Break, where timelines break apart, and then there are multiple timelines, and then at some point they all get stitched back together by the by Akatosh. And apparently Mana Marco being alike in Oblivion is a separate version of Mana Marco from the Mana Marco that becomes a god. I don't really I'm not gonna, like, I don't understand it, but that's what I heard.
Yeah, that seems weird. Very, very strange.
Whenever you start messing with time too much, things get wonky. That's why I'm not always a huge fan of the Psijics in storylines.
Nah, I don't like them much either. Just relevant to a couple quest lines.
Mana Marco was actually a Psijic, I think, originally. He was one of the founders. I believe he's still technically a living Mer at this point in Second Age. I don't think he's alike yet.
He's not really all that old by high elf standards. I think he's only 300 or 400 at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's... what's interesting about the High Elves is their life expectancy is completely based on breeding. So, a poorly bred Altmer might appear like they're 70 by the time they're like 300. But a really highborn Altmer can be like 1,000 years old and still look like they're 20.
So the exploration thing is being really wonky. It's trying to tell me to go do a trial. And that sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. If you check out the way shrine that is furthest to the northeast, the Karth Way Shrine, I picked up a quest that's literally at that way shrine that is completely centric to the town of Karth Wastein, and it's like a whole chain of quests. I think the intent was because you enter from Skyrim right around there if you walk instead of way shrine. I think the intent was that like that's your intro to the Reach.
Okay.
Do you want to hoof it? We can ride your new Dwarven Spider.
Sure, but I need to get that location again because the quest guy was chatting.
Oh, it's the Karth Waston Way Shrine.
Karth Waston. Let me start looking around. I'll see
It's
if I can
in the
find
northeast.
it. Oh, I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You on? Alright.
Come on. Citrus, is Prickly off for the weekend, or does he have to work through the weekend? I don't always know what the premises are with his work trips. Prickly is in IT, and 90% of the time his work is remote, but occasionally he is pulled a few hours south, because they live in the UP, and occasionally he gets pulled to Kalamazoo to work on location out of warehouse, and they have to like live out of a hotel for weeks at a time while he works like 12-hour days.
Well, hopefully gets paid for it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's hourly or salary. I would hope he's hourly.
We have a active storm. I'm trying. Oh, we already have that storm. So we really don't need to do it unless you wanted it for XP, which I doubt. I figure we're gonna try one more storm.
Hey, to
eventually.
our right, this big mountain that's sticking up, there's a whole village up there in that mountain, and it's like covered in fog. That's definitely a thing. But I've never seen that before.
There's a boss over there.
Oh, so there is.
Field boss.
Four Skull
Void
Lookout.
Mother. You wanna go in
Yeah,
that direction?
let's do it.
Alright. Trying to see where there's any kind of uppage. I think we're gonna have to just do a big loop. Because of the way the area is so vertical.
Oh. This river is apparently a despawn your companion river.
She'll reappear. It just depends.
It just despawns them while you're in the water. Apparently they couldn't program them to swim. Oh, Prickly said, they asked me to come in tomorrow to help out with some stuff, and you're talking about me, definitely not hourly. Otherwise I'd be walking away with more than 30 hours in a long time. See, that's some BS, man. Oh, Sheila, I lost you. I was reading chat. Are you just hugging the mountain? There's kind of a little path here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see you.
I'm starting to walk back.
I wish
there you are.
Imagine if this was real life and I was like in this place and you had gotten away from me and you were outside of shouting distance. Like, that would be really scary. And there'd be like no guaranteed way of ever finding each other again. See, that's some BS, Prickly, because I am also salary, and when it gets to 3:30, I'm out the door. Like, I'm not staying longer than I need to. I don't know what's going on here. I see a bunch of ghosts. Having memories of that group of werewolves we killed in Skyrim that were a field boss, and we were able to tank them, but I ended up getting one-shotted by the big guy like 18 times. Absolutely awful. One of these things is summoning Daedra. I'm gonna kill the little ones as much as I can. Okay, just one left. Oh, of course, something. Oh, he summoned another Daedra? Oh no, there's one. I'll take care of it. Wait, that's Ember. My blade ran out of enchantment right as the boss battle started.
This follows.
Ouch. I will say, basically at this point with Ember now, my health just never really gets low. Like, short of something one-shotting me, I'm not really in any danger. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've got a Void Mother here.
Yep.
Oh, she just rezzed everyone.
Everyone? Yeah.
Everyone except the big guy. Also, I think that's the first time I've ever heard of White Mother talk.
Did she say something?
She did. I didn't see what she said, but I heard her say something.
She's the actual boss.
Oh. I'm gonna pull my bow out for this. She's kind of floating.
Xander went down at some point.
I tried to look and see, as a healer class, even as a mage and with a healing stave, there's no kind of resurrection spell or ultimate that I can give
No,
Ember.
That's specific to Necromancer.
Purely the Necromancer. It'd be nice if they revealed a Necromancer companion. That way you could have the resurrection on a companion.
Switch. I need to be able to see when the resurrection's up. Oh, shit.
Oh, something just on. Oh yeah, I just got one
Yeah.
shot.
It was a little longer than that, but yes.
Well, I saw my health rating and I tried to use a health potion and it just didn't make a difference. Is your res up or should I use a soul gem?
Please use something because it's not up yet.
Okay.
I have no way of knowing when it will because it's building kind of slow.
It's your basic attacks that build the ultimate. Ember's
Some
down.
of my abilities do as well.
I'm gonna
Yes,
try and
where you-
resurrect Ember just because she's very helpful.
No. I can.
No, don't use a res on her. You might need it on me. Honestly.
I got them both.
Well, you just wasted your ultimate on Xander because I already used a soul gem on her. This thing's tanky, isn't it?
The bosses usually are. You gotta get out of the pool of horrid.
Oh, I see
it's
it.
creating.
It's an area
I
of
think it's
effect.
creating a celerity or.
Oh, she's resurrecting more people. Big guy's back up.
Yeah, we got problems.
Don't give in.
I feel like sometimes we feel like we're high enough level to deal with things, and then something like this happens. Something's killing me again. Something almost took me out there. Ember's dead again. That's why.
Alright, I can get her. No, I can't.
Man, that big bang ability she used just one-shotted me again. I guess I'm using a gear repair after this. We need to take
Yeah,
care of these
she, like,
tethers.
She's hitting a whole area. I mean, it's
Wow,
huge.
I literally just
Area.
literally as I resurrected, she used another big bang and killed me.
I think that's literally all she's doing now, and she's doing this attack over and over again.
I have no defense against that. I can hit her from a distance with my bow, but within
just
the
stay out of the region.
within the zone of that attack, I am completely vulnerable. See
Yeah,
if you
she
can
killed
get
me.
Ember up. I can try and keep the boss fight toggled until you res.
I'm waiting.
No,
Nope.
she'll have just reset.
Alright, let's get out of here. There's no point.
It's a shame it seemed easy at first, and then
I'm not leaving you.
she just made it way too difficult. We'll have to come back here and wait for like a group of people to show up.
Yeah,
But-
but this is not an area people are going to just show up to.
One sec, let me recharge my weapons. That was a lot of soul gems.
Reminds me of being a kid. Being hungry wasn't so bad when you were warm.
That one's good. Slaughtable. Repair kit. There we go. I'm good. I'm ready to ride. I lost you.
Oh, I'm right next to
Oh,
you.
there you are. You kind of blend in with the bush.
Oop. I thought I was moving to make it easier, and I think I made it harder. Oh, there you are.
We go.
Wobby, what are you doing? You're being a weirdo. I'm sitting with a blanket on my lap, and he's like rolled under the blanket and just like moving around
Are you
under
seeing
my
this?
legs.
Incredible.
So Karthwayston?
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to go.
Okie dokie. Berkeley said, my boss will usually give me comp days when I do a lot of hours. Basically extra
Sorry.
PTO. Yeah, but that sounds like unofficial. Unless there's like some like contractual exchange rate. I hate when jobs do like unofficial sketchy stuff. And they're like, just go with it.
Yeah, it happens a lot, though. That's
Yep.
something I didn't like about the shoe stores. They basically were trying to milk an extra 30 minutes every day I worked that I didn't get paid for.
It was, yeah, I think yesterday. I think it was yesterday. You know, I get off at 3:30, and the tech director walked in at like 3:25, and he wanted to like chat with me. And he's really cool. I like him a lot. But he's like talking about some band from the 80s that I've never heard. And then it's like 3:29, and he's like, pull him up on YouTube. And I'm like, look, like, I should be out the door right now.
What's wrong? Alright, so we have to go help her village. Oh, are you still talking to her?
No, sorry, I was taking a drink.
I didn't want to outpace you.
Karthwayston is, I think, effectively the only meaningful town in the Reach outside of Markarth, which is not actually a Reach city. You know, it's basically an eternal city, so it's kind of cool to see how they actually live.
Let's speak for a moment. This is Karthwayston, outsider. I wish we could give you a proper welcome, but we still haven't recovered from the storm. Shaman Ulvok is just inside this building. I'll introduce you when we go inside. The spirit sent you to help us, I know it. But Shaman Ulvok needs to judge for himself if you can hear our sacred rituals. And he needs to tell the rest of the village. My people distrust outsiders. Things will go easier with his approval. Then let's go inside.
Yeah.
But let me talk first. With all that's happened, we wouldn't want him to curse you before I can explain your presence. Just keep an open mind. Our ways are different from yours, outsider. Shaman Ulvok. I couldn't reach the wards, but I think this person can help us.
An outsider, I sense.
I believe the spirit sent them to us, Master.
Do you? Wait outside, apprentice. I will speak to the outsider. Come, outsider. Let me feel your spirit. I sense no deception. I think you may be able to help us. Since my apprentice trusts you, I will as well. The Crow-Eye clan needs aid. There are evils in this land that we cannot defeat on our own. I was afraid she would run into trouble, but she's a good apprentice. One I find myself leaning on more and more since my sight left me and age has taken its toll. There are 4
Okay.
wards, each dedicated to one of our revered spirits. You must bring an offering of nature and earth to each of the wards. The fallen branches of willow trees, for they represent the fragility of life. Rocks bathed in moonlight for purity. And husks of the cicada, for they represent rebirth. Placing the offerings at the 4 wards isn't the hard part. Gathering them and dealing with whatever prowls our homeland is. Keep each other safe, and Apprentice Fialan will guide you through the restoration process once you gather the offerings. The spirits we revere follow their own whims. We have an understanding, however. As long as we make our offerings in good faith, the spirits provide their blessings. With the wards restored, clay becomes bountiful, and our village remains secure. We bargain with them, outsider. We maintain the balance between the land and the spirit world, make our offerings, and then trust the spirits to answer in kind. Once you make the offerings, return here, and I will complete the ritual of restoration. Revere may be too strong a word. Our relationship with the spirits relies on negotiation, on giving and receiving what is expected. We look to the Great Spirit Nocturnal for guidance, but our wards honor Hercine, Molagbal, and Namira as well. I've heard the spirits called by that name. It doesn't change who they are or our relationship to them. The spirits cannot be judged by mortal standards. All we can do is bargain with them, appease them, and use whatever blessings they provide.
Alright. I can't think of much worse than becoming like a very old person in a medieval setting. Like, talk about uncomfortable.
Yep, just gonna die sooner. Alright, ready?
Yeah, I'm totally ready to bribe some Daedric princes.
Isn't it obvious?
Yeah.
Nocturnal has abandoned us.
That's ridiculous, Eamon. We're going to restore the wards.
You put too much trust in this outsider, Fialan.
The spirits sent them to help us.
First the
Frankly,
storm,
they don't
now
really
an outsider.
call them
What plague will the
gods.
spirits send next?
I think they appreciate the fact that they're not. They're spirits.
I like, he said, the shaman said, mortals cannot interpret them. You know, it's like every now and then you have like a moment of clarity if you're thinking about like the idea of God and like how it would be like outside time and outside gender and outside all these like cognitive norms that we have. And you're like, this is a very alien being.
Oh, here's one of our pointers.
Ugh, there's Hierophants. Been a while since we've had to deal with these. What do we have here? Willow branches.
Willow branches.
Those are perfect.
Nice. Those are perfect. I agree, Ember. Ember's so positive. It's kind of refreshing having her back. Deathhound.
What? You can't get it. You're frustrating her.
Multiple Deathhounds. A little pack over here, huh? Anything in here? This is like a. This is definitely a ritual site.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to come back to it after we get all the pieces.
Oh, that makes sense.
We're gathering things right now, and then we have to actually hit the ritual sites.
We're in the right zone for the cicada husks. Actually see them. Think. Oops.
Oh, I see something.
It's a runestone.
Magister
Moon
here
touch
never let me
stones.
watch him do this. It's so interesting.
Those will
Nice.
That's all of the offerings. Now we need to place them at the wards.
Alright, now we just gotta go to all the wards.
Yep. And you were right, one of them is definitely this not Daedric looking shrine.
Namira.
Namira, spirit of decay and ancient darkness.
You know, I appreciate being a head
Accept
taller
our
than everyone
humble
else
offering and protect our mortal souls.
as a short person.
I just like to go at the other extreme and make myself as short as humanly possible in a game.
Have you ever
Just to appreciate how much worse it could be.
like make a wood elf and then toggle the height slider all the way down and they're like 3'9", like actually the size of a child. They're definitely the most fey of all the elves. I am waiting for the day they add a wood elf companion.
To get the blood pumping,
I'm
right?
kind of bummed. I don't think there's companions in Gold Road, or they haven't revealed them yet. If there is, I really want I want a wood elf, and then what was the other one? Maybe an orc might be fun.
Yeah, they certainly made an annoying Argonian. And there's a chest back there.
I see it. Now we could really use, like I already said, like a necromancer companion. I think the Argonian is actually.
Do you like the chest?
Yeah, I'll take it. You have those runes though. I think the Argonian is actually technically a warden.
Nocturnal, spirit of the night, accept this offering and send your crows.
Which is dumb.
to
He should be a
guide us.
Nightblade.
Adventuring with you really keeps the girl on her toes. You're getting stronger all the time.
Just a restoration staff.
Yeah, the Nightblade is the Dark Elf.
Yeah. She's a dark elf, and then the Imperial that dropped with her is technically a sorcerer, but he is the one that can like kind of multi-class into anything.
I think he's the one no one likes.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. From what I've heard, he's the most negative. He like, and not like in a fun way, more like in a George Costanza kind of way. Which I like. I like George Costanza, but like in a very pessimistic way. Like he's always complaining. And I think like people have said he's a little bit arrogant because he's an Imperial.
Yep, that's
Which I was
familiar.
like, that tracks. Even with the Ruby Throne empty and their city
Spirit of the
occupied
hunt,
by Daedra, they're still
accept
superior.
this offering and make our bounty plentiful.
Yeah. I feel like the last thing I see of a lot of enemies is Xander just exploding them into tentacles.
He is nice and flashy, isn't he?
He's nothing if not flashy. Who else is there as far as companions? I guess it would be Isabel and Ember. And Ember is also a sorcerer. Maybe he's not a sorcerer. Maybe he's like a Templar or a Blood Knight or something.
Moloch
I thought he was
Baal,
a sorcerer though.
Spirit of torment and trouble, accept this and teach us to endure the struggle. The offerings have been placed. Let's return to Shaman Ulvok.
It's a nice little town they got here. I wouldn't mind exploring it more in the future. It reminds me a lot of the Forsworn settlements in Skyrim.
We're back. The offerings have been placed at the wards.
I sense the outside has returned. I feel energy flowing through the land. I suspect you and my apprentice were successful in your task. Am I correct in this assumption? On behalf of the Crow-Eye clan, I thank you, outsider. I can feel the energy flowing through the wards like water. Now I may perform the ritual and restore what the storm took from us. But I require your help one last time, my friend. Since you made the offerings, I must ask you to present yourself at the ritual pyre. The spirits began this negotiation with you, so you must complete it. You are a part of Karthwasten now, and it is a part of you.
Oh boy. I assume this isn't a sacrificial pyre.
We are the land, and the land is us. Spirits, accept our offering and restore our wards. Karthwasten belongs to the Reach. Something has gone wrong. Outsider, come speak to me. I don't understand. The ritual failed. I've never felt such darkness, such fury. How is this possible? Yes, but I don't know why the ritual failed. It was as if the spirits lashed out at us. Something disturbed the natural process, but I have no idea what that could be. Be my eyes, outsider. Examine the ritual pyre and see if anything strikes you as odd or out of place. I sense something, but I cannot put my finger on what it is. If you find anything, show it to Apprentice Fialan. She may be able to identify it.
The spirits abandon us, Fiolan. We need to leave this place.
No. I oversaw the placing of the offerings myself. It should have worked.
Of course it failed. You involved an outsider.
Alright.
Something must be interfering
I'm
with
searching the
ritual.
pyre right now. Some kind of plants going on.
Yep, the plot thickens.
Makes me think of Hagravens. Because they tend to
I
like...
think there's only 3 hero store. No, there's 4 apparently. I just don't know where the
Did
4th
you
hero
find
store
anything
is.
to explain why
Oh
the
no,
ritual
now I do.
failed?
There's 2 here,
I
not 1.
recognize these. They're from a plant that grows beneath Karthwasten. These look wrong, though.
Hopefully, because it's Friday
Corrupted.
night, people will actually
This
show up
must
at
be
the
what
hero
caused the
store, so
ritual
maybe
to
we could
fail.
actually get them done.
But how
That'd be
did
nice.
they get into the ritual
I'm talking to
pyre?
the apprentice again. It is another root.
This isn't like the plant I've seen before. It seems contaminated in some way. It grows in nearby caves and down in the Sanarak mine. I wonder if that's the source of this corrupted plant. Before we reclaimed Karthwasten for our clan, outsiders built deep tunnels to exploit the land. The Crow-Eye have no interest in such things, so we left them abandoned. My people mostly avoid the place, truth be told. I agree. If this plant caused our restoration ritual to fail, who knows what other evil it can be used for? Let's investigate the old mine. There's an entrance just to the north of the village.
We're investigating
I'll go to the
mine.
mine with the outsider.
Jinkies.
No, Aemon. I'm the shaman's eyes. I need to do this. Meet
Good
me
old
at the mine,
Scooby-Doo moment
outsider.
there.
We need to find the source of this corruption.
My glasses! I can't see without my glasses!
Did you ever see the Johnny Bravo crossover with that? Where his comment was, "I can't be seen without my glasses."
No. I do love Johnny Bravo, though. Hoo ha! What a character. I can't believe we grew up watching cartoons like that. Like, no wonder we're all messed up.
It smells of blood and rot in here.
I
Let's
did
be
watch
ready
the
for anything.
Supernatural Scooby-Doo crossover, which was, I think, beautiful.
I I didn't know they did a Supernatural and Scooby-Doo crossover.
They sure did. Dean's first line is dibs on Daphne.
Oh my god. That's... Oh my.
Yeah, there's definitely Grey Host in here. Apparently, they didn't get the memo that we killed their boss.
I think they were actually chronologically expecting us to do this first.
Yeah, well...
But you know, life's hard.
What kind of mine is this? There's giant bones everywhere.
You know, they were very inspecific.
They were horribly inspecific. This is a
You know,
very
all those-
vertical mine.
Yeah, the Outlanders used it, and we have no need, so we just left it abandoned. It's like,
Yeah.
never heard either, so, you know, great outpost for vampires.
I've actually, yeah, right. I've been, especially, oh dude, there's a gargoyle over there. I've been
Cool.
meaning to say, like, the Reach folk keep talking about how, like, they're all, like, one with nature, and they're all about, like, the natural great spirits, and not, like, pillaging the earth. And then I just want to be like, you understand that the Daedric princes are not natural entities. Like, they're not nature gods or part of the physical world. Like, they're very alien gods.
No, I don't think they really register that.
Like, it specifically says in the
his
loading
outsiders
screen when
doing
you
down
first get sent to Cold Harbor that the place feels wrong. That, like, it's not a natural place that you're supposed to be.
These Grey Host bastards, under our very feet this entire time. They're tending to the plant. They must be the ones corrupting it. We've seen them prowling the countryside, but down here in the mine, no. They must have come from deeper
Alright,
underground.
I like the simplicity.
However they got down here,
Burned it all.
we have to put a stop to this. Let's burn all traces of this plant.
Yeah, you're not gonna
And
get
we should
very
knock down a few of the
complex
pillars holding up the
battle
roof.
plans
A
from
mine
Reach
as old
folk.
as this, that should cause enough
I'm getting that
damage.
feeling.
Which, to quote Jack Sparrow, I like it. Easy, simple to remember. I think the first 3 Pirates movies are fantastic, and I'm tired of pretending they're not.
Oh, people only pretended they were not when they pretended to be mad at him.
You know, I understand the other ones, like the later sequels, they get a little bit worse. I still think they're fun though. But those first 3, like all the ones with Davy Jones, I think they're incredible. The musical scores are iconic. The CGI has yet to be topped, even today. Like, today CGI is lazy. Back then it was still an art form. The cinematography and the way they, like, shot the movies, they were gorgeous movies. And I believe the 3rd Pirates of the Caribbean still holds the record for the most expensive movie ever made. Which is why the CGI is so good.
Feels good
Davy
to get
Jones
the
is
blood pumping,
photorealistic. Because that was still the point where CGI was like, you know, like the 2010s, like maybe 2011. CGI, like photorealistic CGI, was still new enough that the mentality in Hollywood was still, let's push this as far as we can artistically. Whereas today, CGI is a cheap means to an end. Which is why then you get stuff like the Marvel movies where it just looks like digital cartoon gobbledygook.
Yeah, it caused them to have to redo a huge chunk of that original Sonic movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They hadn't
I'm
made it, and people were like, nope.
I'm
This
still not
looks
convinced
ridiculous.
that wasn't like an actual, like reverse psychology, like psyop to like build press for the movie. Because like if you look at that original design of Sonic, it's hard to believe that they thought that would be okay. I mean, I know that like you can never underestimate executives, and they're really, really, really dumb. But he looks so bad. What's crazy though is then like after they redesigned him, those Sonic movies are so much better than they have like any right to be. Like if those movies were terrible, you would 100% be like, you know, as suspected. But then they're like actually really, really nice movies.
We've been getting some surprisingly good video game stuff lately. Fallout, I was stunned over.
I loved Fallout. And then have you seen the Dungeons and Dragons movie with Chris Pine?
I have not yet.
It's really nice. Good. Yeah, it's great. Which is like that was one that like even seeing the trailers, I was like, this is gonna be so bad. But like it's like the people that made it, like we're finally getting to the point where the people that are making these properties are the people that grew up playing them.
Yeah, because there's a guy who was in Bridgington in it too.
Yeah, I think he plays the Paladin. He's really fun.
Very good actor.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. We should you know, you're not that far from me now. I think you're like you might not be more than like a 20-minute drive. We should do some movie nights. We could watch like Dungeons and Dragons and some other stuff.
Totally.
Bobby is now
meaning to
climbing the
invite
TV.
you over, and I also keep meaning to invite Elliot over because I feel bad. I feel like he doesn't get enough invites to places.
You know, he is in Lodi now. So
oh wow, he's far.
I think that's like a solid hour. Maybe a little less. Because we're planning, we are gonna do.
The, invite then.
Amazing.
And he doesn't drive, so he's got to like get transportation, which is difficult. We are planning though. I was gonna let you know, and I guess I'm letting you know now. We are planning on doing a full chronological watch through, not all in one sitting, of The Hobbit and then the extended Lord of the Rings films over summer. Through like June and July. We're probably gonna
have to, Return of the King will have to be on one night.
Yeah, it's like a 5-hour movie. We are we're planning on like doing 2 per session, although like Return of the King might be its own. But I can give you, I think we picked the first date is like, I want to say June 12th. It's a Wednesday in June.
Okay, yeah, that'll be before my convention, so I'll totally be here. I'm just gonna be gone for those couple days too. And
right, yeah, it's my first week off, my first week of summer break, and it's the week before you're gone for the weekend. I think it's actually the day before I'm on cat duty.
I appreciate it very much. I felt really bad after I started listing out the things, and I'm like, he's gonna think I'm being an asshole, and I'm just like, I was trying to figure out how I was gonna do it where you didn't have to touch the litter boxes, and I'm like, I think he's gonna have to.
No, it's okay. I'm no stranger to litter boxes.
And just don't look Phoebe in the eyes.
Okay.
She will try to convince you to stay and give her belly rubs. And she'll keep telling you how she's in a market for a cat daddy.
Nice.
Just ignore it. She is the most manipulative cat I have ever met. She can get people to do whatever she wants. Hard food, soft food.
It should damage the mine enough to halt the grey host.
Bobby is not manipulative because he's kind of dumb. Citrus says, I'm that cat. You're Phoebe. You're not manipulative. Unless he means Wabi. Wabi's not manipulative because he's dumb. He's just a goblin. A hungry goblin.
Oh my goodness.
He's like a food goblin.
He seems like a cute guy.
He's really sweet. He's a little bitey though. That's like the only downside. And it's not like because he's mean. I don't think he has a mean bone in his body. He just gets excited. And he never bites hard enough to hurt you, but he definitely will like nail you. And he definitely does it more to my mom than he does to me. Like she's a little bit scared.
Pentarch, rather.
Pentarch Sevida. And you're dead.
I mean, we barely got to. Ooh! The game glitched.
What happened?
It really had me thrown over the edge of the cavern.
Jeez.
I don't think that would have gone well.
Oop. I did not make that jump.
I thought I would.
I did too. I thought I could make it. Citrus said, I can't manipulate and I don't want to, but I will make you fall in love with me.
Oh my, yes. Let's keep those powers under wraps, shall we?
It's like the smolder from, what was the name of the character in Tangled? Guy. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, he had like he's like, I don't want to have to do this,
Let's
but
get back to my
no choice. And then he hits her with the smolder, and she's like, what is this? What are you doing? It's like, normally this knocks him dead.
That movie was always so awkward.
It's like the whole movie is cringe, but in the best way. All I can think of is Zap Brannigan. That's a very different character with actually fairly similar mentalities. Bobby just ripped around the house behind me, and his little beams made such a ruckus on the carpet. It sounded like a little engine going off.
Yara just chased Tucker not that long ago.
The corruption has been dealt with.
The
They'll go
land
sprinting through the
exciting
house.
relief.
Zoomies.
Whatever you and Fjallan did, it made everything whole again. I can
Fisher said, I am Wabi.
Excellent. Then let's not waste time. The sooner the ritual is completed, the safer Kathwastin will be. If we might enlist your help one last time, my friend. As before, present yourself at the ritual pyre. You are more deeply woven into this land and its survival than ever. Quickly now, let's finish this and restore the wards.
I tried the solo dungeon again.
How'd it go?
Still awful,
Corruption is gone,
even like
and
30 levels
Kathwastin
later.
endures. We ask the spirits to once more bless
I think that's
and
going to be
defend
one that
our
I just
home.
choose not to do.
I feel power returning to the wards. The spirits stand with us once more.
Citra said, also sadly, I don't have a smolder. No, but so he sent me pictures of him, like selfies of him laying in bed next to Prickly, while Prickly is sleeping, and they're like maximum creeper level. So you've got that going for you.
The ritual! It worked! The last remnants of the storm seem to be cleared away. The worst of it is finally behind us. And thanks to you, we have our natural defenses in place again. Karthwastin is safe again. Now that our wards are back in place, I think so. We still need to deal with the remaining villagers who turned feral. But we collapsed
Might
parts
make
of
me
the
more
mine,
survivable.
so we shouldn't have any more trouble from that direction. Oh, I'm more certain of that than ever. I asked for help, and the spirits provided. The fact that they sent an outsider, that gives me and the clan something to think about. Not everything outside this village is dark and dangerous, I suppose. As safe as it can be. Here, my friend. This is for you. You may not be Crow-Eye by blood, but you are now connected to us and our land. The spirits sent you for a reason. I'm just
trying to
grateful you heard
focus
them
over here.
and answered their call.
Well, at least we still like each other.
Fjallan,
Did you
he
guys go
refused
from
my
fighting
counsel.
earlier to now
Keep
you
the
suddenly
girl
you're
on her
flirting?
toes.
I,
You're getting
Eamon,
stronger all the time.
I did. You were wrong.
God, it's
This
just
is our
weird.
home. We couldn't abandon it.
Alright, whew.
Fjallan, I'm sorry. You and the outsider made things right.
What's this, Reach Rebel face markings?
was this about the reach?
For saving Karth Waston, we got reach base
Yeah,
markings.
The Hair Storm is up that we need.
That's definitely a look. Why don't you pull up your steed and I'll jump on?
Alright, it's up.
Okay, I'm trying to get. Jeez, there's like menus in menus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just get on and start
I'm on.
pumping through the menus.
I'm on. Hopefully the other players show up. Yeah, Citrus, you have that creep factor going on because you're a cryptid. It's built into you. Like all cryptids. And I would know, as a resident of Ohio, I'm a certified member of the Ministry of Liminal Spaces.
What?
Yeah, apparently, if you didn't know, the internet believes that Ohio is a liminal space. It's not real. Not a real place. And they might be right.
That's why we're a good match.
This spider is awful. It's so crawly.
Think?
I love that tower straight ahead.
Nope. I'm not quite there yet.
I want to know what that village is up there. I'm covered in. Is this the one in the Drudok Mountains?
Yeah, that's the guy we're heading to.
Yeah. Very difficult.
I have to wait and see if this is doable. We're approaching.
Right.
Just 2 lone players.
Blades out for Harambe.
Oh shit. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I don't
us.
think it's gonna happen. There's a. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, I can't kill a witch pike on my own. I don't have the DPS. I can handle these small things fairly easily, but it's already summoning a Shrike. And there's a Blood Knight. Oh,
I think somebody
the Shrike
arrived.
just killed me. No, the Blood Knight killed me. I love getting one-shotted. Citrus aspires to crawl around like that spider. Are we dealing with this Blood Knight
Life's
first?
getting weird. Oh good. Oh, there's a Shrike. Yeah, this is gonna happen. Nope.
Should we bail?
I'm noping at it. How about bailing, but I don't see this going well.
We need more bodies.
Yeah, that's my first down.
The thing is, more players will show up. Is that a werewolf? A player werewolf? Cool.
Yep.
Xander's dead.
Oh shoot! That was all 1 second.
Yeah. A Shrike just one-shot Ember. Looks like the werewolf is dead too. No, he's still going.
He's fine. Somehow he doesn't seem to get injured at all. But the Shrikes, there's no 2 Shrikes.
Yeah,
Nope, there's
I
3.
noticed that. And I can't resurrect Ember because I've got multiple Blood Knights chasing me. And without Ember, like, I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm literally, I was healing you. I think we gotta go. This is a loss.
Way Shrine?
Way Shrine.
We could
I don't know when they're, if,
we could roll back over there and see if more players show up. Or maybe watch and see if the werewolf, if he can handle the pikes, we could help him with the boss. Just
yeah,
observe
I
from a distance.
Alright, we're not that far. I am not feeding you my Rice Krispie treat, Fiona. It's not happening.
Oh yeah, Wabi gets no human. Because once we start that path, there's no turning back.
I give Phoebe and the other cats human food.
Yeah, but Wabi's a boy
Sure,
cat.
likes
He's
chicken.
very pushy and boyish. Who's this?
Oh, that's the guy that was.
Oh, he
there.
gave up?
He's given up. Yeah.
Ingvar the Greater. Well, if he's giving up, that means it's reset, which means you probably find something else to do.
Probably.
I mean, I'm game to go like peek at it if you want me to go look, because I can maintain stealth longer. We could wait and see it. If we could get like 3 or 4 other players, it's pretty much easy. Oh, there's somebody.
Alright. Let's go.
Alright, but
Follow the leader.
I'm not jumping in immediately. I'm gonna kind of bide and see how things shake out a little. I don't need to burn through all my repair kits in one sitting. Imagine the scurrying I could do if I could crawl around like that. Or like if you could like crawl backwards down a staircase, wouldn't that be fun?
I think this person's gonna try it. I don't know what level. I wish it would tell me.
Good luck. Good luck, good luck, good luck. At least, why did it have so many Shrikes and Blood Knights last time when we were like the first ones here? That feels bad.
I think that guy was there hitting on that pike for a while.
He is... Oh, that's you. I can't move, he's too far away.
He's kind of shredding through that.
Okay, alright, I see it, I see it. See how it is.
This reliquary is nearly filled. We can take
Can you
this
try to
on,
help me kill the
no
Wolf
problem.
Lord?
I sure can. Right, at least.
Hey,
Oh, jeez.
come on. Focus on me, you
He
bitch.
has so much health. I do appreciate that even the tankiest of enemies, like a Warlord, I can still visibly see when I hit them each time. Like, it might be chip damage, but at least I can visibly see the chip damage, because my DPS is just that high. Okay, we now have a Harrowstorm Abomination. Getting a bunch of Fighters Guild XP
Enjoy
for
your
killing monsters.
in this world.
Monster. Oh, was that a Shrike? What was that? Yeah, apparently there's a Shrike now, because I just got one shot in.
Yeah, I'd say this is already starting to go bad.
And this one guy that's here with us has done almost no damage to the pike. See, we should have waited. Wait, why did the Wolf Lord regenerate all his health?
I don't know, I think he ate somebody.
That is actually a thing, having a character that's a werewolf now.
Alright, we need to leave. Just start walking out of here. I'm with you. I'm summoning a healing spirit.
Watch, there's enemies that way. Oh, there's enemies all over.
Doing alright. We'll get out of here. Pardon. Too much soda.
Having played as a werewolf now, with my Reach character, the transformation itself is your ultimate. And, you know, it's on a duration, you can't just transform at will. And it goes away after a while. But while you're in werewolf form, you can, every NPC that you killed, you can consume their corpse to extend your time as a werewolf. Which is kind of a fun mechanic.
Do you know of anything else we should do while we're here? Let me open zone guide.
I was gonna say, we can look at the zone guide.
Or... Oh, now it's telling me to go to something else. Okay, Wind Spirit Clan.
I have almost everything. There's a set station called Druidoc Redoubt that I don't have. I have a little over half the books, but I don't really care about that. And I'm only at 12 of 17 points of interest. Other than that, I've done everything.
Alright.
Do you want me to do my explore? Well, no, you're the Pathfinder.
Nope, I got the Explorer thing going. Do you want me to... Here.
Yeah, pull up the Wimmer artifact. Spider. How are we saying you got this?
Let's go fast.
I mean, we've been in a lot of Dwemer ruins.
As many times as I helped Namero out of problems, he probably gave it to me. Dumb shit.
Yeah, I remember the time we helped him after he essentially ruined that orcish mine. And then the orcs were like very determined to murder him. We had to like convince them not to. Yeah. This thing's kind of hard to follow. My camera gets really weird.
I'm sure part of that is just... Oh! These guys are definitely hostile.
Is this telling you to explore this camp?
Yep.
See, I was doing this last night, and this is the exact same thing that my adventure guide told me to do. And I wandered all over this camp for like a good half an hour, and I could not find it.
Golden rule.
I saw it.
Pass up an unattended back.
So, I don't know how we'll complete this one, honestly.
There must be a quest attached to it then.
Stay.
Sometimes it's like interacting with something specifically, like a cook's stove or something. But I can't find anything. Like I said, I spent a good minute in here. And if you look on the map, it's actually... it's a whole zone. That, like, as far as like where it says to explore. And if you go up there, there's giants up there. You can kill the giants. But it doesn't do anything. There's this little cook station here. That doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Because we have something very powerful known as the interweb.
Oh. Have you ever seen the Key and Peele sketch about the local customs?
No. I don't know what you're...
You know Key and Peele. They're like a comedy duo.
Yes.
So they have a skit called The Local Customs, and they're both in like a game lounge dressed as these like old-timey British colonial old men with like the mutton chops and wigs and all that. And they're basically just like talking about, it's like, I was in Papua New Guinea last month, and one of the local tribeswomen came into my tent wearing nothing but a fertility headdress, and I didn't want to disrupt the local custom. And he's like, well, you can't disrupt them. You must respect the local customs. And that's the whole thing for like 2 minutes. I think it's the funniest thing ever because it's excessively imperialistic.
It is.
I wish it.
Alright, we have to interact with this ritual stone.
Are you serious? You have to pray to it? I feel like I've lost something, but I can't quite say what. I'm sure it's not important.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get any
All right.
notification for that, but I'm gonna assume it worked.
Check your map then. Make sure it worked.
How would I know? Should the campsite be white now?
Yeah.
Okay, it is. But then I have multiple other camps that I have at least 2 other camps, Cinderheart and Black Moon, that I both of those I need to do.
Let's head to Cinderheart and see if we can cause the same problem.
One of them is actually up in the Drudok Mountains, right where that ritual site was.
Hey, do you want to go back there?
No, not really. Not particularly.
It's like, sweet suffering.
You know, like, one of the simplest gags, like, from childhood that still cracks me up? This is, Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street, where Bert comes walking out in, like, a new sweater, and he goes, "How do I look, Ernie?" And Ernie looks at him and he goes, "With your eyes, Bert."
I got my nickname because my eyes reminded people of
That's
the warm
about right.
embers of a fire. I think fires are much prettier.
You misunderstood so much.
Wabi does this thing where he tucks his paws up on his front paws up under him like a little T-Rex, and it does not help make him look less chunky.
No, it doesn't. But they do love to do that. Cats are just so cute.
God's perfect killing machines. It's
Are
just,
they perhaps gods themselves?
well, we certainly thought so.
Oh my goodness, there's a hermit crab here. I may be outmatched.
Finally,
Oh my.
a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
At this point, they're just having fun with the mud crabs. They keep giving them such ridiculous abilities and whatnot. Surprise!
I would have never seen anything like
I'll
this
never
if I'd
forget
stayed at Tordrea.
one of the characters you had to recruit for the Vampire expansion, the Dawnguard expansion, and Skyrim wouldn't recruit to the Dawnguard until you helped her find a bunch of Dwemer cogs, and one of them had been stolen by a mud crab. And I'll never forget spending realistically like 3 or 4 hours wandering around looking up the same river up and down for this mud crab, being like almost frustrated to tears.
Shit happens.
Is it over?
Is this the camp? Oh, this is the camp. Kill, murder, die, burn, murder,
Well,
death.
they have one of those Briarheart trees.
Oh, so they do. I don't see any hag ravens. This one's called an infernal, though. It's not a good sign.
No, not generally a good sign. Oh, here's that.
I see
another
the
stone
I see the
thingamajigger.
stone that we're gonna
Pray to?
pray to. Hello. Spirits of the Daedric realm. I mean, these aren't checking off for me. They're checking off on the map, and that's what matters. So the only other one I have is, up in the Drudok's Black Moon Clan camp.
I have Shadefeather Clan camp is where it wants me to go next.
I don't even see that, so I will just let you lead. I must not have discovered that
river,
one.
Though, so I won't bring out my steed until after we get that far.
Hoofing it.
Just because.
Remember that time I jumped off into a small pond in Blackreach. And then like
The pond that literally had a body in
halfway
it.
down, I was like, oh, there's a skeleton in the water. And then I definitely like slammed into the water at Mach 9 and immediately died. That was such a
Alright,
dirty trick, because you know that like they were like, yeah, just jump in the pool, it's totally safe.
I don't remember what game it was that it didn't matter how high up you jumped, as long as you hit water, you lived. And my mom literally saw us do that once in the game, and she's like, you do know that regular water doesn't work that way, right? And I was like, no?
Water's a weird thing. I mean, you can't even really fire a gun into water. Like, the bullets become ineffective after like 3 feet. Which I didn't know, because Hollywood, you know, you watch Hollywood and people like shoot into water all the time. But apparently the bullets will only penetrate like 3 or 4 feet. You know, obviously depending on the gun. And then they stop in the water. Apparently in one of the John Wick movies, he gets thrown into a pool with a guy and the guy shoots at him. And John Wick like swims himself like 3 feet away so that the bullets stop.
I don't know if it's far enough. Depends on the bullet, I would think.
Yeah, I mean a handgun is pretty weak sauce, I think.
Yeah, this is true. This is totally true.
I bet I
think we
can
have to jump
nail
down
that
and then
heartbeat.
go around.
No, I can't. It's not a real harpy. Just sky decoration. You don't see a lot of harpies in the Reach. That feels more like a Cyrodiil kind of enemy.
I mean, we saw them in Orsinium too. They just like
That's
really
true.
craggy, mountainous areas.
Totally killing this troll, by the way.
Oh, I didn't even notice it.
They didn't notice us either.
Murder.
The only good
Great
troll
healing
is a
leveled
dead
up
troll.
to rank
But you
4.
really killed the hell out of that mud crab.
Did I? It's good.
Some like wayward firebolt just like vaporized it.
Xander approves.
It's probably Xander that did it. He has an unholy hatred of all mud
doesn't-
crabs.
He doesn't like creatures with lots of eyes.
Yeah, I wonder
Reminds him
why.
of
I wonder if it's.
Mora.
I wonder if spending several eternities in a realm with a otherworldly space god that manifests with lots of eyes would create some slight psychological tics. Oh boy. I finally do see a hag raven. This is a bigger camp.
Cool. More things to murder.
I'm gonna bring down a big guy. Go do something. Don't just stand
For
there.
everything to be dead. Right in time. Just terrible luck. I think they're actually baiting the, whatchamacallit.
I heard that the scribing system from Gold, whatever it is, Gold Road, the next expansion. If you pre-order it, the scribing system is actually already out, which I would be very interested in checking out. Because like
What's
customability.
describing?
That's like the custom abilities, like where you can like customize your own abilities. That is like supposedly that's the reason there's not a new class in the new expansion, is because they said the scribing is like extensively more than a new class because it adds like I think they said like 10 million different ability options
Interesting.
or something crazy. So like every skill and every weapon type has its own ability, and then you can customize them.
Found it.
Indeed.
Oh, now it's trying to send me back to there.
Brudoc.
The arena.
Ew. No. Never.
Not in this lifetime.
What's frustrating is I did one of them, and then the second one I can get all the way to the boss, and then the boss keeps killing me, and then it resets the whole thing.
Is it, one person only?
Yeah, it's a solo. The whole thing is solo. I can't even bring my companion. And, like, they're definitely tough. Like, even with my I mean, I know, like, my DPS is offset by me having no HP, but, like, they're definitely tough.
Alright, well, the Explorer's Zone isn't helping. Now, it keeps going back to that one thing. Oops.
Well, let's see. On my map, the only thing that's still blacked out is the arena at Ashran Hollows, which is the solo. And I do have the dungeon, Oathsworn Pit, all the way up in the north. I don't know what kind of dungeon that is, though. I don't recognize the symbol. Hang on, let me look. It's a group instance.
It's a public dungeon. We could do that.
No, a public
can
dungeon
survive.
is a separate ability, or it's a separate marker. I'm looking at the legend right now. Public dungeon is different from a group instance. Because the group instance is what we tried in Somerset, and we got our butts kicked. And everything is respawning. But I'm down to try. They're not all equally difficult.
Yeah, we could even just fast travel there. That's one of the things we could do.
Oh,
It
that's
says
true.
travel.
Where are we right now? Yeah,
All
we're
right,
not near
Oathsworn Pit.
anything.
See you in a
Oh,
minute.
we can literally travel right to it.
Yep.
Does this put us right outside of it, or do we go in it?
I have no idea. I assume it would put us right outside of it.
I was gonna say, there's usually quests attached to these. Okay, well, I have a quest inside of it.
Please, I've only just joined.
They must know.
Oh, I'm already inside of it, that's why. I'm gonna go out of it real quick, and just make sure there's not a quest on the outside.
Oh, we got. Oh, sorry. Oh my.
Alright. Oh my goodness. For some
What?
reason, if you travel outside, it just put me back in the camp we were just in. On the opposite side.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And now it's like 1,000 gold to travel back again.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I'll be back momentarily.
Take your time. You don't need to spend 1,000 gold. I'm gonna go talk to the actual human person.
Look like an orc settlement from what I saw.
Yeah, it's Goliath, the King Basrag.
Sure. There. I teleported to the way shrine just next to this thing so that I can see it from the outside. Just to make sure there's no quests tied on the outside.
Alright. It still hasn't told me what this is yet.
There's a location out here called Druidog Redoubt, but I'm coming in now. I'll check that out. We can check that out together in a bit.
Okie dokie.
I'm coming in. You are about to enter a group dungeon. Are you ready to leave your current zone? Yes. I'm ready. The Oathsworn Pit event is starting, which will grant you the victory through Strife Quest. Would you like to join? Don't the events make it much more difficult? Sheila.
I'm not sure. This is a public dungeon, is what it's claiming it is.
It's a group dungeon.
Look for Black Glove Garm, the leader of the Lodge of the Fist.
We
The
should be
recollection
okay.
overpowered him. The rest of the pit is in real trouble.
But
Follow the path
I don't really
there.
know.
I'll be along
I
as
just
soon
think
as I
we're
get
gonna be
this
okay.
youngster sorted.
Alright, I'm gonna talk to this orc.
Orc clans know better than to attack the Oathsworn Pit. It goes against our codes. Some elves don't know how to respect codes. I want to show them why they should. Violently. The Oathsworn are renowned warriors, but they'll need our help here. Skill and luck go as far as a thrown spear. Only death wins every battle. It's been a while since I trained here, but I think I can show the recollection the meaning of Malakath's vengeance. What about you? Look for Black Glove Garm, the leader of the Lodge of the Fist. If the recollection overpowered him, the rest of the pit is in real trouble. Follow the path there. I'll be along as soon as I get this youngster sorted. He's the leader of the Lodge of the Fist. His gloves are permanently stained with the blood of all who fought him, including mine. Garm never figured out how to punch his own temper. Every initiate starts out with Garm in the Lodge of the Fist. Show him that you're not an idiot, and he moves you up to the Lodge of the Axe. Once you master weaponry without cutting your fingers off, you go to the Lodge of the Forge. If Garm was in charge of everything, the Oathsworn would have crumbled years ago. No, there are different leaders for each lodge, with Dulzush Forgefire serving as the pitmaster. With enough practice, anyone can master the skills of war. Not everyone can master the forge. Malakath takes us all into the fire. If you are strong enough, you'll emerge as a weapon. Dulzush knows how to forge weapons. I thought about taking the oath once, but my life went in a different direction. Still, I got to know the warriors who now lead the lodges. It wasn't the right time for me. I didn't want to be in the pit fighting mock battles. I wanted to prove myself in real combat, and I did. There are times when my crown feels heavy and I think back on my time in the pit.
Oh, this is actually King Bazrog. I recognize the voice actor, but I didn't particularly recognize the orc.
Still, I could have been happy there.
Yep.
It's good to see him again, and it's nice that there's like some continuity from us, killing Krog.
It is indeed.
Just because I'm a king doesn't mean I have to stay in one place. I'm here on a diplomatic mission. The Oathsworn are not dissimilar to the rest of the Orc clans. I was going to meet with Dulzush Forgefire, same as I meet with other chiefs. What sort of king would I be if I can't defend myself? Besides, the Oathsworn serve Malakath. We get along just fine. Not much. I'm not even sure if they're a new cult or some political group.
It's a pretty location that they designed.
Alarmingly quickly.
We're not going to know until we hit a few things of enemies if this is going to be doable or not.
Territory, I'll cut their heads off.
I just finished talking to Bazrog, so I'm ready to... Oh, it is beautiful. I feel like all the orc areas are very pretty. So he made it sound like this is an elf incursion? Kind of unusual this far north.
Hoping for a fight.
Jeez. Yeah, well, I'm doing no damage.
So this is definitely not workable with us. We're gonna have to leave. We might get through this little group of enemies, though.
I was gonna say, let's see if... I think I'm not taking any damage. It's just taking a while to kill them.
we hit the first little field boss,
We got
they were
stomped.
one hit killing us.
Yeah.
This is the same situation. These are supposed to be the easy enemies that we can kill within a few hits.
Maybe if we had a full group.
Oh yeah,
But,
that felt good.
I guess we can't do group dungeons yet.
Nope.
What is the max size of a
gonna
group?
probably-
I mean, maybe they're meant for like 6 people.
4.
4 is the max size.
Yeah.
Be nice if we had
It's
2
gonna
other
work.
players, but we'd have to find 2 other players on Xbox, which makes it much more difficult.
No, they have an easy way to do it. You actually toggle what dungeons you want to get into a queue for, and then you just sit in a queue until other people that need to be in the role you don't have are in the group. Because it's 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS.
Well, do you want to try queuing for it? Can we queue together?
I don't think we're leveled for it. I think we would immediately get dropped as soon as everyone loaded in and they saw how low we are.
That's fair. So we'll just have to bail then.
Yeah. So I seem to remember the lowest level stuff, which I assume must be group dungeons, you needed to have at least something like 1,000 or 10,000 points. Alright. Let's
Okie
get outta
dokie.
here.
That's okay. We're leaving stuff like this in each country so that as we complete things and get to more max levels, we'll be able to come back and do stuff.
Alright, I'm going to Karth Western Way Shrine. Not that it's important which one, but we need to travel out of here, and then I'm going to drop the quest. I think we've done pretty well everything we can do at this zone at this particular level.
I think so too. Do you want to hit Skyrim, or we could hit Hrothgar? Has a lot left because literally all we did in Hrothgar was the main storyline.
I would be more interested in doing Hrothgar.
I don't know that there's a lot left in Skyrim anyway. I think we were a little more complete there.
Yeah.
But I'm also down for Hrothgar. I don't think we can walk to Hrothgar from here. I might be wrong, but
You literally could. No, it's actually
it's connected to a different
it's several
zone.
way.
You can walk there, but you have to go through Bankarai, which is technically Daggerfall Covenant territory.
Yeah. Okay.
So where
I'm gonna
are we
travel-
portaling to in?
You know what? Let's go as far south as we can. The Siege Road Way Shrine,
Got it.
and then we'll see.
Yeah, I have
what
so
triggers
much.
for
I have
it.
so much almost everything on the map is unaccomplished here. I even have quest markers, and I think it's pretty much all the side quests are undone. So anything we come across, we can do.
Oh, I actually have a way shard. I need it here too. Actually, a bunch.
Nice.
Watcher's Hold, which is directly south of us, I need. Do you want to walk in that direction? Or,
Yeah, I'm down.
You know what? Let me
I love
create-
this half of Orsinium.
Oh, good. I didn't want
The
to
half
walk.
that's not totally frozen.
Just trying to see. It looks like I actually need to follow the road north first. Yeah, this is right. So there's actually a road into that complex, even though it's south of us. This is such a goat trail. There's a forge. No, I'm gonna grab the forge real quick. So we don't really need to pause there. Did it trigger for you too?
Yep, it sure did.
Okay. Alright, this looks a little dangerous.
Slightly rickety.
Yeah, I was expecting actual pitfalls that it wouldn't work. Alright, we actually have enemies.
Yeah, spiders. Watcher's Hold is a
feel
delve.
like the reach is fairly finished now.
I think so. I think once we kind of
We're dangerous. Huh?
get Hrothgar back under control, and then if we want to, we can polish off the last few things in Skyrim, or we can leave it, whatever. But at that point, either whichever way we decide to go with Skyrim, I feel like we've kind of effectively cleared the Northlands, and we can decide if we want to, I think, probably continue in Oradon, because we kind of left that in the middle.
Yep, we have a habit of doing that. We have Oradon and the main quest.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was about to
the
say,
main...
we need to go talk to the blind guy at some point.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not linking up to where that is. I feel like it's the same fortress,
Watcher's Hold.
but the delve I think is below us. But I'll see if I can't wiggle us around to it.
Seems like it's just directly west, right? Ugh.
We'll see.
Another troll here. They don't look much like the trolls did in Skyrim.
Nope. They're a lot more dangerous in Skyrim too.
Yeah. If you're low level though, and you're solo in this game, trolls are still kind of a pain. Oh jeez.
Alright.
I've got something called Pale Watch Assassins here.
This must be called Pale Watch.
The delves down here.
I know, but sometimes they stow stuff up here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna be a nope, but, you know, thieves trove,
Reminds me of being a kid.
random
Being
objects.
hungry wasn't so bad when you were
Nothing.
born.
Like, literally nothing.
Nada. Zilch. Zip.
Did you already go inside the
I
delve?
did. It says this is a
Alright,
Breton, an old Breton watchtower.
Makes sense. We're close to High Rock.
Mm-hmm. The Bretons historically are the ones that keep sacking Orsinium, just to make sure that the orcs stay disorganized.
Kinda makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's like no quest here though. It's
I think
kinda
we have
weird.
to discover it as we explore.
Oh, you think this is one where it's deeper inside?
I think, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It does just, you know, depend.
Hopefully we just, you know, randomly choose the right direction. Thankfully, these are much easier than group dungeon enemies.
Yeah, we kind of shred through them.
This is an enormous castle to be underground.
Oh, I was just getting started.
Oh, Grand Healing can now be morphed. That's fun. Apparently it took us down where there's not a whole hell of a lot.
There's a
We
dead
could go
knight
through,
and a
though.
troll here. Looks like a fairly large troll, actually. Lots of
You're
dead
looking
people.
especially strong lately. I like it.
That's a new one. Big stink, even bigger corpse.
Oh, they're fighting something.
Yeah, I found an assassin.
Weird. Anything up here? Oh
I would
yeah,
assume so.
there's the whole pathway.
Nice stuff.
Got a weekly endeavor for killing 350 enemies.
Nice.
And I definitely see that side quest now. Must be like an object. Oh look, skeevers. So, you know, that's worthy. And a ridiculous amount of loot on the skeever. I got a helmet, cowhide, coins,
What, really?
and something else. And
They didn't drop
poison.
anything for me.
Loot gods. Random number generator.
The RNG gods.
I hope I helped.
Ooh, they're hard to see.
If only I was playing as my other character. My weapons glow. I'm no
Nice.
longer in the dark.
This is definitely a place.
Yeah, you're like, wow. What is this? It's one of the prettier things we've been at, though. Not as nice as that Necromancer's dungeon, but
I
I dig it.
am beginning to doubt that anything will ever top that Necromancer's dungeon. That was like, whatever art team was designing that dungeon was just on a different level.
Mind that.
Very stunning views.
But that said, I feel like the Breton aesthetic is usually pretty good. This is a named enemy, or it was. It's dead
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's definitely the boss. Yep, Watcher's Hold Explorer. We killed the main boss.
He dropped a bunch of stuff. I just got an ingredient for crafting in the Trinamax style.
That makes sense.
Ruined Watchmaster's last journal. It has been months since the last communique, and the nights grow restless. Some have been crowing to abandon the hold. I've already ordered the scourging of 2 soldiers for seditious talk. I fear that soon corporal punishment may not be enough. I was forced to hang 3 junior officers for an attempted mutiny. The response has been mixed. There is renewed obedience in some sectors, but Captain Routine was popular. I fear that the next plot may be more difficult to disrupt. I have promoted Gisburn to quartermaster and instructed him to keep all arms under lock and key until this rebellious element is snuffed out. All this unpleasantness could be dispelled by a single dispatch from Daggerfall. The 8 help me, no matter the cost, I will hold to my duty. 12th First Seed, Second Era 460. Gisburn and I have concocted a plot to save the Hold and the Pale Watch. I do not know why I committed to paper. Perhaps a guilty conscience. If this plan bears fruit, the guilt will be worth it. Gisburn and his second created a sophisticated forgery. The document purportedly comes from King Maxavian's heir and orders us to maintain our presence here indefinitely. I believe it may just work. Many of the soldiers have conducted secret marriages and settled into familiar routines. These activities contradict standard military procedure, but I allow them to play out anyway. Marriages, children, comfort, routine. These are the things that deaden wanderlust and harden the roots. So long as the troops maintain military readiness and hold to the chain of command, I will continue to turn a blind eye. 5th Morning Star, 2nd Era 471. I write this with an unsteady hand. I fear that death is not far off. Gisburn, the watch, and this journal will soon be yours. For years we have nursed this weakened regiment back to health. I am sure it will thrive under your leadership. Continue the work, pass on the traditions, preserve the glory of Daggerfall, and suffer not the orcs to rebuild. This was, is, and ever shall be your oath. See it upheld. The 8 protect you, and our Pale Watch.
So this group of bandits were actually originally a group of soldiers that were left here and then forgotten about.
That seems, yeah, that seems to be that seems to be it. A little unfortunate for them. Also kind of unfortunate that we're just killing all of them.
Well, I mean, we're not Daggerfall Covenant, these characters, so...
Very true. And honestly, if anything, us killing off the Orc King and then putting one in power, a different one, is like a severe blow to the stability of the Daggerfall Covenant.
Yeah, we got rid of the weak one.
Yeah, because he was crazy and also easily manipulatable by his mother.
It somehow got me stuck on a wall again. This game is always interesting. Keep you on your toes.
There's definitely a lot to it. I was trying to I have a friend that's really into crafting, so I was like going through the crafting system like step by step, and he's like, there's a lot to it. And I was like, yeah, it is an in-depth crafting system.
You should play My Time at Portia. That one puts this one to shame for building stuff, but that's literally what the game is. I find it very soothing, actually. It's a game I keep going back to. It's an oddly very post-apocalyptic game for as light-colored and cutesy as everything tries to be.
That makes me think I heard something interesting. Someone said, Scarred Will's coming to take us out.
Actually,
is that the Warhammer Fantasy setting, Age of Sigmar, is not a standard fantasy setting. It's a post-apocalyptic fantasy setting.
well, that's fun.
Which, yeah, it's kind of fun. You don't see that every day.
Did we ever see the side quests thingamajigger?
I did not. But we did get the boss.
Huh.
We got a nasty cough going on.
Yeah, the asthma.
I am just starting to get back to normal with the sinus infection. That was rough.
Yeah, my last prednisone was yesterday evening to try to get ahead of the cough, but I still have a little bit of one left.
That's the last thing my sinus infection did was move into my chest, and that's the last thing that I've been dealing with. Is just the remnants of that like chest congestion and cough. This is the wrong way.
Yeah, I wonder if we should go into that central area though, because that's
Hang
the
on.
only spot
What about
we
this
never
letter?
went.
This letter's glowing. Yeah, this king that they pledged to is not even the current king. Because isn't it?
they
It's
made
High
up a
King. It's High King Emmerich.
They
Is the?
literally made up a king.
I don't think they made up a king. I think that's how long ago these people started here. It was literally a different monarch. Because like, if you just made up a king, the people would know. Like they know
Yep,
who their
I
king
see the marker
is.
now. We definitely have a marker.
Nice.
Feels good to get the blood pumping, right?
We will probably have to do another rotation of the dungeon.
What does it say? Deliver this outside. Offer of
Look
amnesty.
at you. Pretty impressive.
You want to read this one?
To the occupants of Watcher's Hold, scholars reviewing Daggerfall's royal archives indicate a group of knights were long ago stationed at your location. They were mandated with preventing the orcs from ever rebuilding Orsinium.
I got
your
my
new
nickname
king, must
because my
inform you that the
eyes
situation
remind
has
people of the
changed.
warm
The
embers of a
orcs
fire.
are our staunch
think fire
allies
are
whom I
much
have allowed
prettier.
to rebuild Orsinium. They're not gonna like that. Your long vigil is over. It's time to come home. Cease your banditry and murder of orc travelers. I send my royal messenger with this offer of total amnesty and a chest of gold provided in good faith. Report immediately to Sergeant Ufa in Orsinium, or I will send the Lion Guard to exterminate you all. Yours truly, Ike Emmerich.
I'm getting some mixed signals from Emmerich. Like trying to be polite, but also like exterminate.
Yeah, that was, that sounds like Emmerich. Nice, and I will murder you if you don't do what I say. Yeah, that sounds like you.
He's very polite until you disagree.
Okay, we're supposed to search for his messenger. Shit. Yep, we'll have to do another glory loop around. But, I mean, we discovered this bottle.
I don't know if I like the term glory loop. That's not conjuring pleasant images. I don't even know what I'm imagining, but it's not good. I'm trying not to kill you, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're totally fine. Oh my. Your dry humor sometimes is just not what I was expecting.
Gargoyle's not back yet.
Okay. That's all we had to do. Now we gotta go talk to Sergeant Ufa. Let him know that, the messenger kinda died. It was actually an accident, but, very dead, and oddly enough, they just didn't believe him.
The part where High King Emmerich called them murderers and bandits, probably not helpful. They could have done a better job keeping the place maintained, though. Unless their goal was for it to look abandoned.
Reminds me of being a kid.
I don't think they
Being
had
hungry
anybody
wasn't so
with,
bad
like,
when you were
stone
born.
cutting skills or whatnot.
Just seems like a real raw deal, being here for generations or at least decades, surrounded by your enemy on all sides. I guess they're lucky the orcs aren't particularly organized.
Yeah, I think they thrived off of that. Do you want me to start the exploration, or do you want to go to Orsinium and complete this quest?
Let's hit Orsinium. I haven't been there it's been a while since I've been to Orsinium.
Alright, it only costs 131. That's literally one piece of armor for us at this point.
Yeah.
Kiara.
I would like to get that recall animation, the new one that's in the shop. You have to like, you can only get it with like a pack that I think is like $50. But it is really cool looking. This is probably one of my favorite zone capitals. It's a little hard to navigate though.
I've little time for talk.
Yeah, being on multiple tiers.
That's what you get when the
Makes it more
orcs are the architects.
I think they were building into a cliffside. That kind of adds a little bit of chaos to the flame.
They're building into a cliffside, and it's been like built and destroyed and then rebuilt like 10 times.
Not so loud.
Yeah, they
You're
literally
gonna get us
still
killed.
have scaffolding up. I thought we'd actually see the city like completely finished.
Yeah, so did I. But I guess that's kind of like, that's the point, is that it's like never done. Unless maybe like if we complete all the side quests, that might do more, but I assumed it was just tied to the main story.
I would assume.
It's one random Breton, slightly out of place. Our dwarvish windlands. Did you just despawn? Oh, never mind. You're like perfectly behind a pillar.
Nope, I was about to start the exploration.
Alright.
Alright.
Guided adventure or city.
We're doing yet another delve.
Nice.
I'm sure that shocks everyone. Oh, duh. Lebanon!
I like
Don't let me
the
shield harm you.
the dwarvish spider. Yeah, if we crash into something, I want to bust my face on your shield.
Or you'll slide off of it.
It'll just bounce off
You're
it.
an elf.
Yeah.
I can imagine you grabbing that.
Oh,
and then
there's a
trying
side
to use
quest.
it. Oh, yeah.
When I get onto your dwarvish spider, it actually kind of opens
Greetings,
like a door.
traveler. Hold a moment, won't you? I'm looking for a cave. It would be foul-smelling, likely surrounded by scattered bones and such. Have you seen such a place? Ah, an inquisitive sort. I like it. I'm searching for a Nord beastmaster named Nikolvara. My contacts tell me she possesses an enchanted whistle that can tame any creature in
That can't be
Tamriel.
impossible to tame. The goblins
Apparently,
have
she lives
whole.
in a Durzog lair nearby. Profits,
I can't think of what a
course.
group of hounds is called.
Durzogs make the
Pack?
perfect guard animals. But they're
Sure, I think
impossible
it's
to
actually something
tame.
different, but
If I could
A
train
pack of
and
hounds?
sell
Whole
just one of those beasts,
Yeah.
I'd make a fortune. If you
Well,
can
and you can have a
acquire
Durzog
the
as a
whistle
as a
and
mount.
figure out how it works,
I got one for a login
we'll
reward for
split
something.
the profits. I'm headed to Bolgol Farm to warm up. It's not far,
All right.
just over the hill. After you test the whistle,
I have
you
no
can
idea.
find me there. Good luck.
I don't think it's really pointing to
Well, I
anything
leave the
specific.
details to you,
It's
but
that or
I
it
warn
happens
you
to
from
be the one
everything
we're
I've
going to
heard,
anyways.
Nikolvara
I think
doesn't
it might
take
be.
kindly to visitors.
That would be
She's something
quite
of a
the stroke of
recluse,
luck.
or so the locals tell me.
But not
Haven't
unbelievable.
you heard?
Oh,
The orcs are
way
building
over
a
there.
city.
I'm still
If there's a
talking to
better
this guy.
opportunity for an enterprising young businessman,
Yeah.
well, I've never heard of it. Truth be
Now I'm
told,
better. Maybe my allergy
original
meds will
plan
finally get
involved
ahead here in a
several
day or
casks
two.
of the finest
Would be
Hlalu
nice.
wine. But who knew that the orc palate was so unsophisticated?
Hello,
They hated
kittens.
this stuff. But a good businessman always has a backup plan.
Tucker's getting frisky.
Yes, Durzogs. Why is that so hard to grasp? I need something that will appeal to an orc's sensibilities. What could be better than a mangy, slobbering beast? The orcs will pay a fortune for that.
Alright. I am here. Yeah, your spider mount, when I climb onto it, the one like side panel kind of folds up like Lamborghini doors. It's nice that it has
Nice
some
touch.
unique animations.
Alright.
I do like my character like leans forward and kind of holds on for dear life.
There's a bit of motion. Alright, it's definitely down here.
Oh,
Oh.
yep.
We got ourselves some harpies.
Yeah. Owl creatures.
Indeed.
Oh, that's a delve if I ever saw one.
And there's another side quest.
Is
I
there?
just can't figure out where it is. I think it's up here. Yeah. It could be related, it's close enough.
I don't see it.
Hermit of Trade. I don't think it's...
Hermit of Trade. I have a quest not far from here called Find the Merchants.
Yep. We want to do this first because we're already here.
Right.
I thought it might be related.
Usually
if
they
they're
are.
Dropped,
Citrus.
they're right next to Delve. Typically they're related. I have had 2 quests related to one Delve before. And you better not unplug that, Phoebe.
Citrus said, "You're really cool looking." I must have said something was cool looking. No, you. No, you. Uno reverse. Times infinity. No takebacks.
You flirting with someone?
No, he just said I'm really cool. Citrus's peak humor is saying, no, you're whatever you just said. That's his go-to joke.
Okay. It's like, I could go somewhere.
No. I would not engage in flirting on stream. I think that's actually one of the chat rules. I think it's actually one of the chat rules is like, please do not be awkwardly romantic in the stream. Or say things that you wouldn't say in real life.
That would be kind of ironic because that's literally the go-to for some women that I know to do like anything.
To flirt on Twitch?
Yeah. They flirt whenever they talk.
Okay,
They're
to be
capable.
fair, it like depending on what you're willing to do as a woman, you can easily make a lot of money on Twitch. There's not a lot of restrictions.
We'll just leave that there.
Yeah, and we're gonna pull the curtain on that scene.
Because you're not gonna judge because you're the opposite gender, and I'm not gonna judge because I don't want all the hate mail later.
So far, I'm killing a bunch of spiders. I hope these aren't something she's trying to tame, and we're like killing her livestock.
I really don't care. We're trying to kill her and take her whistle anyways.
We may not have to kill her, but I mean, if we do, we do, and I don't really care.
I'm going down this weird path because usually if there's something not related to a quest off on its own, it's often where the sky shard is hidden. It is. The sky shard just popped at the very edge of the map.
Nice.
You can see it.
I'm gonna show off.
Hang on.
It's literally one spider, you're fine.
I was just putting my light on. It's a very dark mine. I see the sky shard.
Yeah. Dark mines.
You know, I've only ever seen a real Black Widow spider in real life once in my whole life.
I did not know that.
It was in a shed, shockingly.
It's not shocking. Black widows are a very unlikely bite because they're very reclusive.
Yeah. Now,
As recluses as a recluse.
I was gonna
so-
say, I've seen significantly more brown recluses than I have Black Widows, which is much scarier.
It's a lot more dangerous.
Yeah. even if you survive a brown recluse, like say you get to the hospital immediately because you know that it bit you, which you probably won't immediately, the bite turns your flesh necrotic. It's really nasty recovery. Like you'll lose you'll lose a chunk of your body.
Mom's been bit before.
Ugh, horrible. It's probably one of the worst things you could be bit by in Ohio. I don't think we have a lot of really bad snakes.
Yeah, there's several snakes that have venom that acts the same way. It tends to actually destroy limbs, though, or it'll be unrecoverable amount of tissue.
Yeah.
A recluse, if it's small enough or the bite isn't as bad, you will eventually actually get the tissue back, or at least some semblance of tissue.
Ugh.
When the snake that has that kind of venom does it, you will lose whole, like, tissue sections.
Yeah. Because the snake is just exponentially more venom.
Yeah, it's so much more venom.
There's a wise woman here.
Cool.
If words lack meaning, then they were not meant for
We don't need her at the moment.
She's
unless
talking
you wanna...
in riddles, so I don't really want to talk to her. Durzog. Yeah, we're totally killing her like highly trained pets. I wonder what Evely's up to. I assume she left Rothgar.
Whatever the next expansion is.
I actually think she is one of the main recurring characters in Gold Road. I think it's her and Fenorian, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I got the Gold Road. Not that we needed to.
I'm going to, I just haven't yet.
We automatically get it for the subscription.
Gold Road, really?
I would assume so. That's how they've always done the DLC.
No, well, the chapters are not. The chapters are always separate.
Oh.
Because
okay.
remember, you can get the collector's edition that comes with all the previous chapters all in one. And you did that for whatever the last one was.
Would you like to do this? Oh, yep, you're on it.
I'm on it.
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, I want to buy, ooh, I got some decent armor from that. I'm gonna have to go through my inventory at some point when we're not adventuring. So I've been getting some decent medium gear.
Anytime you want wasabi, or, Ibiki, just let me know. I can't remember the guy's name.
I have plenty of inventory space, I just, need to, like, reset my gear a little bit. Alright. Apparently she just leaves the whistle lying around. Whistle. It's a book? Not gonna read a whole book.
Apparently the book, the whistle itself is not enchanted.
It seems like it's just attack.
So much better than reading.
Well,
What?
she's got to be a boss in here, right? Do we continue the delve?
I would assume so.
Ooh, apparently they have a troll problem. Why can't you summon that guy? That would be great. Have him following us.
What?
The Flesh Astronaut.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I always
I would
like
like to be able to build my own fleshy Antronaut and have it follow
You're
around.
dangerous.
I always like am a little confused when like games like are scared to make the abilities flashy. Like make them as flashy as you want.
People get mad.
People get mad about even just the what's Xander's class called? Arcanist?
Arcanist, yeah.
People get
the
mad about the
Arcanist.
Arcanist because they're so flashy. It's like hard to see on the battlefield. I will
It's
say,
kind of flashy abilities.
if you haven't played the Warden, they went with a weird aesthetic for the ice magic. It's like completely clear ice. It's actually kind of hard to see.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the boss in this area, but I don't see anything. It's an actual boss. But there's got to be one.
Well, hang on. Let's keep going this way. It goes further
Yeah,
in. Because
Alright,
it's a
on my
drop
way.
off eventually to get back to the exit. I think it's a big circle, but you can only do the full circle in one direction.
Oh, another chest.
Nice.
I think this guy was literally working on the chest, though.
Well, now he's not. His name's Zoomlander. Play stupid
kinda
games,
bad.
win stupid prizes.
Had I noticed he was there, I would have, like, not done that.
Adventuring with you really keeps a girl
kind
on
of
her
trolly.
toes. You're getting stronger
Little
all
bit.
the time.
It's just a chest, though.
I'm gonna show off a little.
Maybe he'll be able to help us with the boss if he doesn't leave it. Oh, this is her.
Not so good that now, are you?
Use shackle. Oh, he's a dragon knight. You don't see many dragon knights anymore. Such a basic class.
Too many other options.
Too many other exciting options. Yeah, and then we just drop down from here. Oh, he gets that one. See, it worked out.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it. Feel bad.
So we need to give this.
I didn't mean to take his earlier chest.
We need to give this whistle to the dark elf.
That probably isn't enchanted, given what I read in that book. It's a tool, but it's not enchanted.
I'm excited to see him get mauled, personally.
I get that feeling with almost every dark elf we meet.
I don't know what it is about them. They're just not very likable. And it's weird, because I actually like dark elves as a species. I think they're really cool. Like, they're definitely the most fleshed out species. But, in person, they're all so unlikable. Do we want to hit this side quest while we're here? Because it's, like, right there. By these harpies, I think. Nope, it's above. Hang on, wait, you left me behind. That's okay. It's gotta be. Yeah, we're not gonna get far. Citrus, how was your day? I know you're busy doing dungeons and Final Fantasy, but did Prickly leave you all alone in the apartment? Or I guess you're in a hotel now. All alone in the hotel while he's in the warehouse again. Or can he not go to the warehouse because you had a tornado? How is he working?
Keep your head down and your voice low. We don't want to attract any attention.
Remotely. I'm glad you traveled 7 hours or whatever across the state so that he could continue to work remotely.
Across the water. Harpies. Can't you see them? They came out of the sky. The feathered monsters. They snatched poor Jalare. I think they carried her up into those rocks. I'd go after them, but what can I do against so many harpies?
You okay out there?
Luck and clear roads. I thought Namadine died in the crash or was taken by those feathered monsters. Please, if you can cross the river, save Jalare and secure our documents, we'll be forever in your debt. Jolare carried the merchant's permit, which allows us to establish our bookshop in Orsinium. Without those documents, everything we worked so
Brad?
long and hard for would
Yeah?
amount to
What?
nothing.
Well, you're just standing down here. Are you ready to move?
I'm talking to this lady.
Oh. Okay, there's no lady for me.
Oh, really? This must be a
Really?
different quest for you then.
Weird.
There's an overturned cart just up the road on the main road to Orsinium. And I had talked to the guy that was standing at it, and he was like, my business partners were washed away with the cart. Can you please find them? And that was the first business partner, and now I have to do one other. Alright, we can talk to the Dark Elf first. You should potentially be able to see his quest marker from here. It was like on this main road right up. It would be right up here somewhere.
There's a guy here.
Oh, that might be him. Is it
No,
a...
this was something else.
Hang on, let me go back down the road a bit. Here he is. He's right here. Come
Alright.
grab it, and then you can grab the lady, because she's only like literally a football throw from him. And then we'll be synced up
I
again.
don't have anyone here either. I must have already done it.
I guess you must have already like fully completed it then.
I have no recollection of it.
They're Redguard?
Travofia told me she sent you after Jalore
Uh-oh.
and our trade
You
permit.
moved.
The
I
You're
moved.
not where you want. Oh, no, there you are.
Are we going anywhere?
I was waiting on you.
I'm on the spider.
Oh, okay. To the Dark Elf? Or
Yep.
do you need me to take you somewhere else?
Nope. Because that's what we have synced right now.
Yeah, I have no good explanation for the other one.
It's no big deal. One tiny little side quest.
I don't remember doing side quests without you. I did some related to delves, or rather, no, I went and got shards.
His starter might be somewhere else then. That's all I can think. Oops.
Ah, if it isn't my esteemed business partner. I smell profit, friend, and dog. But mostly profit. Did you find the... Excellent! I can't wait to try it out for myself. I will be rich. Did you test it? How well did it work? I knew it! May I? I took the liberty of hiring this rather intense young lady. She deals in wild animals, you see. I can't wait to see the look on her face when I lull that beast into submission. Many thanks, friend. Here's your advance. All right, here it is. Moment of truth. Here,
Apparently
Durzog.
Bone Rock
That's a
Cavern
good
is
Durzog.
next.
Now, sit. Sit, I said. Oh, dear.
Oh wow. It actually killed him. And ate him.
What?
The Durzog actually killed him and ate him.
Oh, that's fun.
Did you not watch it? Or did you tell him the truth?
I told him the truth.
Oh, I lied to him, and the Durzog literally killed him and then started eating.
God, that would have been pretty satisfying too.
Slightly dark, even by my standards. Life is cheap.
Well, he was already bitching about how he'd lost all of his coin and whatnot, so, you know. He
Yeah,
won't be rich, but he won't be poor either.
he was born with nothing and he died with nothing.
Yeah, it started to sound like Fallout.
Ooh, a lot of harpies around here.
War never changes.
I loved when the ghoul said it in the show at the very end. That was such a good show. I really, really enjoyed that actually.
Yeah, it was very well done. Getting down to this cavern is going to be a bit of a bitch.
Is it on the ground level? I don't have a marker.
On the ground. With me. I can get us down to it.
You have to break away.
This way's a little faster.
I'm gonna die.
I may die.
Yeah, I
died.
I bounced off a rock on the way down.
I'm done.
Oh my goodness. But I found the... Oh. Is it above me now? I think I fell too far.
I'm right by it.
Yeah, I think you're above me. Hang on, I'm dealing with an ice
You're
raid.
like in a different little zone altogether.
I just have to go around, I think. Ugh, there's ice wraiths all over down here. Hang on. I'm in some kind of ice wraith breeding ground. I'll just be a moment.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Oh my gosh. This is like a whole thing.
So much better than reading.
Oh my.
You got that nasty cough going on, and my mom is upstairs with a nasty cough. I'm just like sitting here listening to everybody cough.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You can't help
If
it.
I could stop, I would.
I had a really bad cough like all week, so
It's
this
been okay all day, and now it's suddenly back.
when I'm sick, I always get worse at night. Like you can literally like visibly time it with the sunset. It's so weird. I have no indicator on my mini-map that this is a thing. There's no quest tied to this?
That we know of.
You know, one thing that could really slow us down here is collecting all those orc relics for the museum.
Well, we didn't bother for Somerset. I collected them by myself. Because you
Yeah.
said you were not going to ever do that.
And same thing with the Bard's College in Skyrim. The difference with the orc one, though, is you can't actually just find them. Each one is actually a, you have to find them sequentially. And she tells you where they are, and then you go get them and bring them back, and then she tells you the next one.
Yeah, I've run into this problem before. Where, unlocking Bone Rock Cavern, I couldn't find it, so I'm checking real quick.
Citrus said, but we didn't know there was going to be a tornado. Well, whose fault is that? Are you going to blame the tornado? It's not the tornado's fault. It didn't ask to be cloud spawned.
Okay, supposedly there's some kind of quest in here.
I mean, same. Yeah, you're right.
Alright, let's see. And how late did you want to go, man?
I was thinking of probably calling it after this delve.
Alright.
I think I could probably
because
go
I need to go-
significantly longer, but I want to like go get a drink and probably do other stuff tonight.
Yeah, I want to take a rescue inhaler here pretty soon. Try to get the cough gone before I gotta go CP.
Yeah.
So far, I'm not saying
Is
anything.
that a goblin? A reeker.
Hello, Tucker.
I just went to fling a knife at the Durzog, and the Durzog died as I hit the button. So I flung the knife at a rat, and just absolutely, like, domed a rat.
Yeah. You ruined that rat's day.
Oh, there's an ogre. A lot of ogres in Hrothgar. You don't see them as often outside of Hrothgar. And they do seem to have some kind of primitive culture. I haven't been to Blackwood yet. I'm actually really excited to do that expansion together. I'm excited for all the expansions that are kind of like more in the central Tamriel areas. Like, we need to do, is it Blackwood that Gold Road is a direct sequel to? One of them, Gold Road is a direct sequel. Like, there's one that you're supposed to do before you do Gold Road. That we've definitely got to do. It might be Necrom, because that was the last newest one. But Necrom is Dark Elf. It's somewhere in Morrowind.
Yeah, Javenti, Peninsula. Anyways, a peninsula.
This is looking
It's
like
actually
ancient work. I'm sorry, it's actually what?
Don't remember. I think this might be some kind of puzzle.
Yeah, these blocks look like a puzzle, but nothing is interactable. It's like we were supposed to have procced a quest before we got here. We didn't miss a quest, did we?
I don't know.
I didn't see one.
It was very unclear about where the quest starter was.
Wait, hang on. The first section of this cave has a second level. Right? Maybe. Am I wrong? No, I'm just in a totally new area now. And I still don't... There's no quest marker anywhere in here unless we're supposed to just run into it.
I think we just need to leave the area and then I'll have to look it up later.
It's amazing.
Maybe we could start with this next time.
Well, that sounds good to me. But we should definitely get out of the zone though. Hang on. Okay, exit's right in front of us. Just have to kill a few more things. Storm should not go burr.
I'll try to remember to leave the inhaler next to me next time.
I'm gonna say,
if I start
you're
coughing up.
just dying live on stream. It's me and my dying friend.
I'm not dying. This is actually a pretty good cough for asthma.
Jeez.
It's when there's a wheeze on both the inhale and exhale that you know you're really starting to have some fun.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is a weird delve because on the outside, I don't even have a marker for this delve.
Yeah, it's very strange. Okay, man. It was still lots of fun. We found some things. We killed some things.
Absolutely.
We killed some more things.
Had a really
And we
good
got
time.
lost.
I'm kind of
had
glad
some-
to be back in Hrothgar, though. Like, not gonna lie, it's such a pretty area.
Yeah, we'll be able to do some of the stuff here. I think a little bit of it will have to wait until we're higher level, but certainly there's still some quests and things we can do. And then back to Erelon, and eventually we're gonna get to the capital in
Yeah.
all of its glory. You could
At
start to
some
get me
point, we'll hit.
panicking over the big wasps.
At some point, we'll get through the islands, and we'll actually get back to the mainland. But who knows when that'll be?
Pretty quickly. Eridon is a really short quest. And then
Cool.
we're on to somewhere else that's connected. And then the capital is after that. And then there's 1 or 2 small zones after that for the pact.
Gotcha.
I think it's 6 or 7 zones for each and every pact. Bearing in mind that the first 2 are really short.
Right, because it's the tutorial.
Yeah, essentially. Trying to make things easy on people. And safe. Alright, I'm gonna log on out.
We are going to start looking for a raid target.
Alright, man, I am going to log out.
Yep. I will see you later.
Discord. See you later.
Yep.
If
Good
you
luck with
decide
your
you have time
inhaler.
Saturday, if you decide you have time Saturday, let me know, and I will see you then.
For sure. See you later.
See ya.
Alright, chat. I hope you guys had a good time. I know I'm kind of just the background for everyone tonight that is here. So I hope that you had a good night. Why can't I see Trimmer on here? Okay, there he is. We are going to raid Trimmer tonight, who is a super cool bean. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I'm glad we had a nice, no problem stream that was nice and long and lots of fun. And I'll see you next time. Bye, goodbye, goodbye.